Today we are embarking on a brand new adventure of learning Dwarf Fortress, striking the earth, and I know many of the basics of this game, so I'm going to call this further along than our total beginner series. We're streaming this to Twitch, but we're going to be getting a little bit of backseating, and I seem to have some idea of what's going on around me in the game. I think this is going to be a really neat fort because I got random map spawns, and we have now got a waterfall going in the middle of this fertile valley. Here we are in the... You can kind of see the cross sections of the mountains to the north and the south here, and if we go way up, we see the trees and the canopy into the sky. And as we come down to the earth, we start to see the river valley that we're occupying right here. And I've got my dwarves digging out a moat of what will eventually be our entire base. I'm going to do a little bit more workflow management, but I just wanted to get it moving, just to get an idea of what this is going to look like right off the bat. But at the bottom here, we've got this waterfall, which is a really neat natural feature. And you can start to see the water flowing off. So the water's flowing from the right to the left side of the map, and we've got dotted ponds and things like that. It's just a really neat spawn, in my opinion. Now we're channeling down into the lower level. And as we come down, my idea here was to mist my dwarves at their meeting area, because this is a big mood buff to them. Just a few levels over, and we're going to have balconies along this waterfall where our dwarves can meet. And they, like I said, they enjoy the feeling of having mist spraying on them, and what a luxuriant place to live. And anyway, we've got the river flowing out here to the left off the map. But I just thought it would be a neat place to try out a few things that I learned in my original learning series. So we've got a few meeting rooms that we're going to be digging out, and I think I'm going to pause time at this point. I'm just going to slow things down because I don't want the game to get too far ahead of me. I know the cool stuff I want to do, like channeling water, a little bit. We played around with magma in the last series, not much, but I would kind of consider myself somewhat done with most of the beginner stuff. There's still gaps in my knowledge, but we'll call this beginner into intermediate, or total beginner into intermediate, because everybody's still kind of learning Dwarf Fortress around me. Anyway, we're going to struggle through some of the advanced stuff, and we'll probably try to tackle one project at a time. So I want to shape the land first, but then we're going to be getting... Well, let's get to it. So we're going to begin by setting up all of our designations, our mining orders, and we've got a couple of other people on labors here. I just want to make sure that we are... I'm going to try to not show most of the tutorials and just kind of muddle my way through. We've got dabbling and adept miners here. Stodir Udibniril is our mason, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot from Nil Ustut Milbil, or however you say it. And we've got Nish, I'm just going to not attempt that, is our expedition leader. So we'll just leave them there for now. My very first thing that I would like to do, though, we've got our moat getting dug out by our miner dwarves, and we're getting started on a farm up here where I believe we have some black sand. And hopefully we'll be able to find some loamy sand and soil or whatever. And then get some crops in the ground right away to start. Because as you know, it would be horrible if we were to lose those plum helmet seeds right away. That would be a real shame. But ignoring that and moving along, we're going to just make sure that they channel out the rest of this. And then we'll also, let's channel just these few spaces. We don't want to get a corner flow of water going yet. So I want to make sure that they get... some of this, but I don't want my dwarves to drown in the water, but I do want to try to get a sort of a neat moat here. So I'm just going to pause time again. I kind of... Yeah, water flows through corners, so you do need to be careful there. Could we do it this way, where we do something like that? And then we don't want the water to flow through. It's alright, we'll figure it out at some point. And I know that this is not going to be maybe 100% secure, but at the very least, it will be beautiful. And I think beauty has some of its own utility as well. So here we are. We're several levels below, but not quite to the bottom of the river. And we're digging out what's going to be our meeting area. So I want to move most of this stuff. But we need to start to ask ourselves, how else do we want workflow to kind of go in this fort? Because I think the major failure of my last fort was that just there was no workflow order and stuff like that. So I think we're probably going to end up... Methinks we channel... Well, let's channel along here. Yeah, we're going to have to do this somewhere or another. We could just channel them one square at a time. Hopefully the dwarves won't drown. I mean, they could get themselves out of water. A little bit of water. We'll have to monitor that slightly. Or they'll just drown. But good. They're down there, merrily mining. Very nice. In fact, I'm going to just cancel that until I have a better eye on that. I want to make sure that they don't mess that up. For now, let's go ahead and you guys are all standing there, so let's give you some sort of task. We want to haul in, let's say that our wood will go closer to the top of the fort. But on this level, we'll still have water around it because this is the level beneath the moat, so we wouldn't really go too far. We might have barracks down here or something where they need to be near the surface, but maybe down here we will have the upper world surface area stockpiles. Because what I'm thinking is, look, this is a long way to get in and out of the fort. Like, you have a moat here, you have the river flowing along, so you don't really want to go too far out of that. But, they could go up and around out here if they need resources from the overworld. We could also do secret entrances along the waterfall. But I want this to be kind of secure and have only one entrance, and also maybe the waterfall entrance if you count that, but I mean, I just want a waterfall. So let's do this. Let's go up a few levels and let's just mine out. We'll speed up time again. We'll mine out along here, and let's stick to this generalized structure of mining around like that, and I guess we'll do 4 on each level. And then we will allow the creation of storerooms here. I'm thinking that I won't... I know that I'm going to obsess over making it look pretty. But I think that we had the right idea the last time that we played. So let's do that. Because this is a fairly good thing, right? And we want to do 2 wide hallways also, because we didn't do 2 wide hallways the last time, and I very much regretted that, because dwarves were pushing past one another, and that wasn't the right idea, was it? Here we go, so just getting our minor dwarves set up here. Let's also give our other dwarves some task to do, so we will have them gather plants for up here while they're on the surface. That way they can get seeds and things like that. Gather that, well, yeah, try to gather that. Let's gather the things here, too, because we're probably going to clear out this area and put flooring up here as well. We might be able to haul some of this, but the wagon is close enough, so we should be fine. What else will we want to do? We will probably want to start to, not smooth. We could smooth the rocks out up here. Yeah, let's smooth boy the rocks. I've got a couple of stones up here that I'm going to want them to get out of the way, so let's just, if there's anything else I'm not seeing, let's have them smooth that. Good, they're going to smooth that tile, and good, that one as well. We've got fish jumping out of the ocean, or rather the river, to see us in our amazing fort. Looks like our music kind of went out. I want to keep an eye on notifications, but not too much of one, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many notifications, and they could really slow us down, but they didn't really kill us the last time. Nothing to catch in the central swamps. I mean, that's fine. We don't really need that pond. I guess they're just using that for fun. But let's also set this up, because this is going to be our meeting area here. Or probably our tavern, ultimately. And what have we got here? Let's do... This is the zoom to location. So this is the wagon arrival. I guess we'll leave that. Or we could just make that here. Whoops. I did it. Accidentally zoomed to it. I always mix up those 2 controls. The one that actually causes you to zoom to it, as well as the one that sets a new location. So let's set it to the current location, and we're just going to never look at our wagon again. We will deconstruct that later on, but let's see. Good, most of our dwarves have gotten off of idleness, and they're now out there. Very good, very good. Are we going to flood the map? We aren't really going to do so many experiments. Maybe later on when we get into the playthrough. For right now, it's just going to be regular boy setup. So for right now, we're getting out our meeting area, just things that our dwarves need to kind of congregate. Their stockpiles, their farms I want to get up fairly early on. Mainly the underground ones. We won't do any hardcore irrigation, which would be crazy, but where are our other miner dwarves? Are they mining? Obviously they should be mining, but it looks like, let's just go ahead and find them. Let's go over to Nil. Where is Nil? What is Nil doing? Okay, for some reason he's doing, like gathering. Let's give him a moment here. Nil? Stop that. Gathering plants. We want the labor. We want him to do exclusively this. Worker will not specialize. Okay, so we will pretty much specialize these two on mining for now, at least for the first few days. We're going to specialize and we'll only do tasks that match their workshop assignments, work details, and occupations. Click to toggle. So now let's get another eye on Nil, and he should have stopped gathering plants. Still, a few of these little things, yeah, are going to come up for me. I'm not, like, I don't have the... Okay, there we go. So now he has begun mining. I wanted to get these farms out right away, so that's fantastic. Great job, Nil. Everyone's rooting for you. We love you, Nil. And let's go ahead and X out, because... he's getting a little bit overly ambitious, I think. He's a try-hard. And Nil, no, don't go that deep under the mountain. I'm also going to use this series as an opportunity to say under the mountain, and it's a mine, and they call it a mine, as many times as physically possible for me throughout the rest of the series. So it looks like we aren't getting... this kind of black sand cavern floor. I wonder if can we plant in this? It seems to me as though we should be able to be. I mean, the sand worked before. The sand worked before. Let's go ahead and do our workshops. We're going to do farming, and we're going to make a farm plot. Here we go. And I always think of the old dwarf fortress controls whenever I'm doing this. It's like material after placement. I believe this is just do it. There we go. And great. Now that should work. I think the sand... Will the sand work? I mean, the sand seems to have worked, rather than just soil. Yes, soil, though, also, too, would have been an amazing substance. Look at this guy doing it all mathematically like he's John Nash. Wow. Very, very exciting. Let's go ahead and we won't fertilize. I think we're fine. Poor soil, cavern soil is best. Ideally, we would have had that.
Into multiple
but
great
yeah.
games by watching you on YT. Thanks
Hey.
for the content.
Thank you very much, Bobski. Happy you've enjoyed the videos. It'd be a shame if you didn't. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Yeah. Plump helmets. I think we'll go with for now, and we'll probably get our workshop up and running in there. Probably in this cavern area. Although, I'm just thinking, look at all the sand down here. What we may ultimately want to do, I did it into the side of this mountain. But there's just so much sand over here, everyone. So let's go down a level, and maybe if we dig out here, we might even be able to get farming done inside of our fort. I had done that as sort of a last resort. But perhaps this could happen. Like we do farming in here. And we do 4x4 farm plots, or we could even do 6x6 if we're feeling really excited today. Oh, but I'm beginning to realize that wouldn't really work for us. Oh, no, we could do it. We could do it like that. Oh, that's kind of pretty, actually. I don't want everything to always have this radial spiraling out pattern, but I guess this is just the way that my mind works. You sort of learn how your mind works geometrically when you play this game. That looks like a pretty good place for farm plots. And look, we're getting actual black sand there. So that's quite useful. We can plant here inside of our own fort. That may even be better. In fact, I might just take it back on that last place. Where was I? Give me a moment. I just want to make sure I got some farming up and running. Yeah, in fact, you know, I stand corrected. That wasn't even the best place for farm plots. They've already kind of begun here, so let's allow them to use this for some of their farming. But yeah, we'll do the other ones down beneath the earth here, because look at how nice this sand is, or how amazing it is. Gonna have the mod list below. They're all like just basic UI improvement stuff. So we've got the actual key press designation here. I just want to make sure we get to the mod authors. So yeah, do check the description for that. I put them at the beginning of the stream, and that should be in the YouTube description. But we've got also the Z level fog so that we can see down more levels. I felt like I couldn't see down enough levels when I was playing before, so I do think that this is a good feature. As well as there's one more. I can't remember, but it's going to be listed below. So yeah, just stay tuned for that on the VOD. Anyway, I figure most people see the VODs too, so that's but very important though. But so many people have kind of gone right to town on modding the game, and I think that's amazing. Let's go ahead and channel here. There we go. And now we will test out possibly drowning someone. There we are. Good. Oh, no, I accidentally did it way too soon. Well, there is the water flowing. I'm going to just give you the release of serotonin that you deserve from watching this. Fortunately, that wasn't connected to the main river segment. I've got it connected to some puddles. Oh, my gosh. Blue is my favorite color. Wow. Wow, that's exciting. Oh, my gosh. Wow. I'm so happy that AA showed me that. Blue. Because I had never seen blue before this. I had only heard about the color. There we are. But that is really... I gotta say that this game's color palette for making, I don't know, very nice YouTube thumbnails and stuff like that. And considering that this game does have its own kind of niche art style, or niche, as I am told it is pronounced in my non-American way, it is quite nice. It is a very beautiful color palette, and it's been very fun to just... I don't know, make the YouTube stuff around it. Anyway, for some reason, someone chopped what appears to be willow logs into the stream. They have the same colors as old school RuneScape, which is giving me great nostalgia. And here we've got this pond is kind of flowing into what will be our moat. So that is nice, and I like that. But let's go ahead and build. We're going to do another workshop here, so we'll do farming. And we will do farm plots here. And I think I'm just going to conservatively begin with only one farm plot there. Because I don't want to overextend and... just bad things happen to me when I do farming with plump helmets. We can always order more, but I just don't want to mess it up in the first season. Look at all the beautiful flow of the water and the fishes. I wonder if they can survive in the puddles or if we could just sort of drain that. That would be neat. Look, why are the cats? I guess that they're eating the fish or something once they can get into the puddle. That's neat. They look so... Well, they look so dainty. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. And here we've got... Oh, cavern floor. I should have done the farming down here, but I didn't realize that we had a... It just keeps getting better and better. The further down we get, we find even more fertile land. I was thinking that would be only stone. Well, one good thing happened to us. So this is kind of the main idea of this fortress is I wanted to get a meeting area here. So let's get this right away. We'll do Z for zones because, as you know, zones starts with the letter Z from spelling class. So let's go ahead and make this our meeting area. Ultimately, this is going to be the tavern, so we'll redesignate some of these things, and ultimately, perhaps this should be larger as well. I'm not entirely certain. Let's make this our... we'll make it the meeting area for now, just so that they spend a lot of time in there. Or what happens if we just directly make it a tavern? I don't know if they will go directly there from... Usually they're kind of hanging out. Okay, so cool, they are coming from the wagon. Usually they hang out at the wagon to begin with. But it appears as if I just immediately designate a meeting zone as a tavern. They will go to that. So that is good to see because this is where visitors will come. And oh my gosh, who is this? Darkost Narkasas... planter, and he should be enjoying the mist spraying on his small dwarven body. I mean she. It's a she. Whoops. I saw golden god and feed helms recite the paper of sheens at the constructive peppers. It's boring. I mean, basically random sentence generator for now. However, we will get more into the dwarven stories and intrigues. But yes, she loves it. She loves every minute. Look at that dog being sprayed with the mist. Now, this will give them a positive mood effect, a la, like, I'm trying to like a luxurious meal in RimWorld or something like that. And it's quite overpowered that you can just sit your people next to a bunch of mist, and they like that. So that's why I wanted this fort. But anyway, it seems that now almost all of our plans have gone awry. So let's go down into where we have stone on the sides. And I probably should have looked more closely at this, but we have jet walls here, which I do believe is quite a hard substance. So I like this upstairs structure. This was quite nice. We could put in supports around in places. I'm thinking I might even like that better than my original plan, but how are we going to store a lot of... I mean, I'm not going to go to the quantum stockpiles and stuff yet. I'm not that much of a power user. I know that some of this stuff exists, so I am a bit of a smooth brain that I'm not using it, but I also, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I think let's just continue with my kind of too wide hallway thing. I want to start simple, and then as we get further down, you know, if we want to explore more like beauteous forms of cavern structures, we could do that. But, yeah. So here we go. Good, we've got jet here. So I'm thinking that this would be a decent place for a stockpile. We do have calcite. That wasn't the cavern floor. So yeah, there we're at. Tavern minimum needs a 5x5 empty zone for dancing, some tables. I did not know about the very emptiness requirements of the areas, so thank you for that. Although we do have 6x6 here, so yeah, that's at least the minimum tavern requirement. Eventually we might scale up, and we had a bunch of humans coming in there the last time. Humans. There we are. Okay, so let's go back here. I'm going to go for something similar-ish. Let's make something just a little bit more like radial and ring-like, though. Don't you think? The last time we just sort of had it simple. Let's make it sort of like a big cul-de-sac. Maybe, like... I think that this could be quite beautiful if we did that. And then we did... maybe, like, 2 wide entrances here. And then I'm just sort of taking a guess at what would look cool here. I figure once people get into the fort, if they got into the fort, we don't really care about the entrances here, so let's just... I don't want to put in multiple walls and things like that, but... yeah, we could have individual stockpile rooms for individual things. Or no, you know what I wanted to do? Something like that. So that we have sort of this radial outward pattern, and we could repeat that along the other walls. I just want to make the squares a little bit more interesting, because this game can get very boring if you're not kind of creative at how to keep it interesting. And a lot of other people are... I regret this is really something I'm not good at, but I have to pretend to be good at it. Like, that's somewhat interesting, right? Ooh, I just see a flaw in our design. Let me just go fix this. There we go. 2 of those, that's too wide. So then I could kind of continue this pattern and it sort of snowflakes out. But I think that that's a little bit too blocky, so let's just bring it in. I'm just trying to make things not look so blocky. You see what I mean? Let's go maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 out, and then we do that. Something like that might look cool. Like, it's important to keep it looking somewhat cool. 2, 3, 4, there we go, and then we do that. Okay, I'm okay with that pattern. But in fact, let me maybe bring it in, because I don't think we need quite that much stockpile space. And maybe we'll make it 4 wide. Yeah, something like this. I mean, is that... maybe it's horribly ugly, in which case, just screw it. I'm just going to delete that part. We just want to get some kind of stockpile going, and I don't want it to be a giant rectangle, or I'm going to hate myself. So let's begin there. And I see I should just do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and through. There we go. Okay, that's sort of dwarven. Yeah, I mean, if we could get things looking dwarven, that would be nice as well. Oops, there we go. I have no idea where that got me. I just went to my other location. So let's set a few other quick access areas. So we are going to want to go to... I guess the top of our fort would be another good place we want to zoom to most of the time. So let's go up here. And let's just... edit the recenter hotkey locations, and we'll make that here. So F2 is going to be the top of our fort. F1 is our tavern. F2 is our top of the fort. And then I think F3 we're going to want for farms if I ever want to check on the farming. I know that might end up being here, but we could always change that if we decide not to. So let's go... maybe I just made 3 mistakes. We'll call this the farms. So this is going to be our farms already. I'm just trying to keep myself organized so that everything doesn't go horribly awry. And then I think this is going to be our main stockpile floor, so let's make this F4. So now we can quickly swap locations F1, F2, F3, F4, and let's make F3 our actual farms now. Okay, so for farms, we've got some water adjacent to these. This is water above. I hadn't really thought of this, but I hope it's not going to mess up our fort. Multiple Z levels tall and lots of pillars. Yeah, getting something like very Khazad-dûm would be nice, you know? Khazad-dûm. And they call it a mine. Oh, I just said it again. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm tickled with enjoyment. Oh my god. 4x4. Okay, we could have something like this. Hopefully, this sandy, loamy cavern floor will continue along here. Man, I would make a great DM. And then I would probably run out of patience for all of my players, and then just start crying in front of them all. I don't have anything prepared for you today. We want these to be somewhat box-like, though. Although, ain't it true that we want them to be somewhat box-like? So let's make it like this. 6x6. Okay, this is somewhat of a similar pattern, but it's still very Khazad-dûm, so... Very good. I don't think I like 4 wide entrances, but though, I mean, why not just have big entrances? Grand entrances, that's beautiful. Okay, let's tell them... Have we told them to plant anything? Good, because I don't even want to start here. And it turns out that we ran out of plum helmet seeds because they're all probably planted in here, also to begin with. Okay, good, we have plum helmet spawns there. So we're just going to have to wait until they harvest those. And then we will tell them, okay, your next seeds, let's just delete this. Like, totally don't even plant here. This was a huge mistake. We should never have made this. Let's do it on this cavern floor instead. Okay. Farms, stockpiles, meeting area. I'm a little stressed because I want to make sure I don't mess up horribly, although this series will probably end up in some sort of horrible mistake, which would be very exciting. But let's go ahead and start to get our basic stockpiles out so that our dwarves won't be lazy and so that they'll have something to do as they mine out the floor. I'll make this even something very small. Small boy stockpile. Please, sir, may I have some more? I'm not going to do all in this. I'm going to do custom all. Whoops, all. And then I'm going to say, don't put corpses because we don't want miasma. Where is refuse? We don't want refuse. None of that. No thank you, not for me. I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 main things that we don't need. Animals, I mean, we don't really have too many captured animals right now. 0. We have as few, not many, as possible. So let's go ahead and do that. And they'll put everything in here. And let's make that a much bigger stockpile because we're going to need this way bigger. And this is just going to be my kind of catch-all stockpile for now. So good. They're going to bring everything down here. And eventually we'll move these into more specialized stockpiles. And they'll sort of do this autonomously on their own. Why is there an actual plump helmet there? Oh, because they've harvested it. Okay, so now we are, of course, going to need to start to think about cooking these. I mean, not cooking them. We're going to brew them. So I should have thought of this in a more centralized location. But we'll just make one of these 4 quadrants. Oh my god, I just said quadrants. I'm getting smarter. Can you feel it? Throughout the playthrough, maybe I'll become Tarn by the end of it. Psycho Neko, thank you very much for the sub. As well as May is awesome. Me is awesome, thank you very much for the sub. And Dalek the person, thank you very much for the subs. But yes, they need to booze, otherwise they're going to be in a very bad mood. It's good that we're mining this out. Good, we're starting to bring in stuff. Look, a giant bag of rock nuts. Oh my gosh. I didn't think I would see that today. The animals and... Who are you? A human... Oh, great, we've already got bards visiting. So we've got the human bard. Okay, so the bards just like to sing around our place. Dig channel, dangerous terrain. Okay, so we've got some dangerous terrain here. We've got a giant puddle, and what's a good thing about this is it's actually... It appears to be evaporating. So we'll have more safety when we dig this out. I want to make sure I don't let any of the flowing water get in here. So it looks like it's going to be more safe to channel out this area, too. So let's go ahead and do this. We're doing a lot at once, keep in mind, people. However, we will overcome. Because we are dwarves. What is that? Oh, no. Is that another downward slope into even more downward? That might be from the tree root that we uprooted. I am finding that the game is taking a good amount of time to save. That is a really good amount of time, actually. Wow, that was a great amount of time. Surprising, but you know, at least you know that, because after all, I suspect that Tarn is individually saving the file for everyone who's playing Dwarf Fortress at the same time, so he needs to put it into his calculator or something like that. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to dig out this. There we go. Though I will say, you know, as facetious as I'm being, there is some math going on in this game, and it is quite impressive, and I like it. Okay, so other things on my checklist. Workshops and kind of getting a little bit more efficiency going. I guess we'll train our military in the black, loamy soil. Yes, you need to summon Tarn's ghost every time you save, at least as I learned it, as people on Twitch taught it to me. But let's go ahead and we will do B for workshops. There we go. Farming, and let's put a farm plot in up here. Now this is the for real farm plot. good. They will make that. And then here, I know that we are also on the cavern floor, but let's just put our still in here because it was so inefficient, my last fort. And let's just make that slightly better for ourselves. B, O, and I am going to start to use hotkeys. I know I've got an interface, but it's just faster. And I played Legacy, and I am the realist Let's Player on YouTube, after all. I might be the perfect Let's Player. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and laughs at his own joke. Classic. Farming, still. Here we go. And I see no issue with putting it here, although I'll probably figure that out later. Let's make it out of... I don't really care if we have inconsistent stuff, but I generally find that stone is going to be the most plentiful, so let's just use jet. Oh, wow. Look at the progression of the building. That's amazing. We don't have a manager yet, but we will want to get that going. So let's go ahead downward. And let me just think about where I'm going to want these people's bedrooms to be, because I'm going to do bedrooms and offices, and I want to architect this out in a very nice way. So we've got our meeting area. As we go further down, more stuff will happen. I mean, efficiency, schmefficiency. I'm thinking that it would be nice to have a long hallway of beds. We could do it like graph paper, too. If we start to... Oh, I will create a design that's like a grid. Oh my gosh, no one has ever thought of this. Squares upon squares upon squares. Wow, that would be amazing. Now, we could record a macro here, but I think it's going to be somewhat pointless. So let's just call this... Our grid will be like a 6x6 block. And let's just kind of do this out only because I need to think. No, we're going to need more room. We'll have to do this 8x8. Whoops-a-daisy. Let's do that. I'm just using these as markers to help me think about how to do this. 8x8. Okay, so then another 8x8 block would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be... These are like the markers of the edge of this block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so then this from here to here to here to here is an 8x8 block. Let's go ahead and try to put 2 wide hallways so that there's not a lot of jostling of people. And then if we want our bedrooms to be 2x3, we can do it like that. Although that's then not going to leave any room for a wall, so now we need to scale it up to 10x10. I'm just trying to do this with a sample so that I know, because I'm going to repeat this pattern over the entire floor, and I don't want to mess it up. So if we do 10x10 there, and then I'm going to escape from that and do that. This is 10x10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's 10, and that should be 10. So now let's try it again. If we have a 2-wide hallway and we do 10x10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do wish that there were more counting tools here. Like, if someone were to make a ruler mod, I would be in heaven. I would be straight up in heaven. Now, if we put in the 2, this is... we're still not going to have enough room. We're going to need to have it 12x12, and then that will be the thing. Here I go. He goes from 4x4 to 8x8 to 12x12. Now, the reason I'm doing this is only because I'm going to have to look at this for the next 36 hours when we're playing this game. So if it's slightly ugly, I know I'm going to spend the rest of the time regretting it, which is why I'm spending so much time planning right now. And I know it seems a little bit crazy of me. However, I mean, it's important. 3, 4... Wait, that's 11 by... Wait, no, it's 12x12 because we're counting by 2s. I'm going insane now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Okay. I have emerged from the tunnel of madness, and I am stronger. There we go. Okay, so now here's what this is going to look like. Now you're going to see the glory and the beauty of everything. I just went to all that effort. So if we do a 2x3 room, or we could even make it a 3x3 room. Oh my gosh. The possibilities are endless. Now we can create a massive hallway of these things. Although I think that's way too big for a dwarven bedroom. It might just look aesthetically pleasing. Is that way too big? Or I could make them 2x2s. I could make them 2x2s, but this is 4 dwarven bedrooms. And that's kind of cool that everyone has room. I mean, I will want to do cabinets and stuff like that because I don't believe that any of them should be subjected to the inadequacy of not owning a cabinet. So that would be quite sad, and I would cry for them. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. So this is the edge of the boundary. So if we do that, yeah, see how this pattern is going to start to repeat? And I could even make a macro of this so that I could make like hundreds of these things if I wanted to. 2 by 3, and then the next square begins there. Okay, I'm not actually going to mine these out. I was just using that to designate what I was actually going to do. So here are the bounds, and it all kind of fits nicely into that. I'm going to just leave this there, just to remind myself that our grid looks like this. And voila. Amazing, right? If you still think I'm crazy, zoom ahead in the playthrough to when it actually looks good. Although I am crazy, to be fair. So, whew, that gives us a 2-wide hallway so that dwarves can get in and out, and that means that we can expand this pattern as much as we want over this entire area. So that makes me very comfortable with this. It does. It's perfect. Well, it's really not perfect, but it's good enough. Are we continuing time again? Yes, time is continuing. We have decided that time should not stop. So we'll do that. As for offices, does that give us room to create an office in here as well? We ought to ask ourselves. So if we were to, can we repeat this pattern with like a free office size too? So we could go that. We could give them a small bedroom off their office, or maybe we'll just make the office a separate section over here because we don't have too many offices to fill. So let's get our offices ready. Maybe over here. And we'll make those kind of a line, because my goal is that the dwarves live on that whole side of the map. But maybe our dwarf officers live in a lineup over here. And perhaps their lineup will look like this. A 2 by 3 bedroom. They don't really need that much space. Or is it a 2 by 3 office? No, I like to do 3 by 3 for office. I really don't know if these numbers are any good, but it's just what I've done in Legacy in the past, and sort of how I learned the game. We'll do a 3 by 3 and a 2 by 3 and like that. I'm not going to do any macros here because honestly having the GUI has just graphical user interface, if you don't know what GUI means, because I'm just that advanced. I'm like elite hacker, yo. But yeah, here we go. 2 by 3. Okay, that's good. So now that gives us plenty of room for offices, because we're going to have quite a lot of offices for our dwarves to fill. Maybe even just one more there. And this is where, like, a couple would sleep. Oh, whoops, a daisy. There we go. Because, I mean, if you don't already, you know, you could sleep with your spouse at work. Apparently in this game, you can. If you don't have a house. Because they're not paying you enough. Because currently we've got dwarves sleeping around. And that's no good. Phew. Sheesh. That was a lot of planning. Yes, I mean, technically at home, well, now we're getting into the post-pandemic world that we live in. This Gen Z world. These are probably Gen Z dwarves, to be fair. Let's go back up. Oh, we also need to make sure that we're designating the, even before we get a manager in here, or what is it? I can't remember what the exact title is, but yeah, we want to, oh no. Oh, yes, we need barrels. How could I have been so ignorant? So let's go ahead and say we're putting everything on this floor. So maybe we could have some workshops here, too, because we're going to be putting everything in here. I mean, that would be a pretty cash money idea. So let's go ahead and do workshops. Clothing and leather. Let's do carpenter here. Okay, so we're going to need to create some barrels for these drinks. We will couch the carpenter here. I should have given a little bit more room for this, but maybe I'll end up putting the workshops further out. Or maybe just everything will go wrong with my design. This is a truth of the truest kind, of the factual type. Thank you very much, Volrath, for the 14 months. Volrath, it's been quite a while. Do appreciate the subs. Thank you, my friend. Is this the... how do I... okay, there we go. Full stockpile. I want to make sure that this is fully expanded, and now they have room to bring all this stuff in. I'm thinking we might even just want to do this. I hadn't even thought of this type of workshop design, but what if we put the workshops on the inner radial circles, and then as you go further out, you get to the spots where they get the goods. That way, it's very efficient, because then they can just bring it into the center of the circle and bring it back out into the... I am a genius. Oh my god. I had forgotten how smart I am. Where will this playthrough take us next? 5, 4, 5, 6. There we go. There it is. That's nice. Oh my god. I am amazed by how smart I am. I had just said I didn't want to make it blocky, but now it's starting to make sense, and now I have a reason to make it blocky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Can you imagine when this game gets the level of quality of life mods that RimWorld already has to it? Because there have already been some genius ideas. Genius. Although I keep saying that word, and it is kind of killing it. So, it's a very smart idea, is all I'm going to say. Okay, so we need the storage, so let's get the barrels. Good old barrel. There we are. A barrow, there we are. Let's not make it forever. We want it to be... can we do... how do we do it on repeat without the manager again? Wow, I have now begun to forget everything. Work orders. I'm just gonna go back into the thing. I know how to do it with the manager. What have I messed up? I think I forgot it in labors. Anyway, let's just get a manager there, like, now. Let's have that. Let's make a table. We're gonna need a table. We're gonna need chairs. Chairs. That would be good. And then let's get a bed. Of course we'll need a bed. I think the very first task that we'll hire is a manager, because I need that immediately. That would be important for us. And then let's go back down to this level, and it looks like this is quite good. Oh, and we'll also need doors, too. Doors for our dwarves. I believe that is made in here, although there are many places, because you can make practically anything out of anything in this game, which is amazing. Let's also set a hotkey for our bedroom and office level, because I seem to be going back and forth there quite a lot. So let's go down to our office, and I don't like scrolling like this. Although, here we go. Let's make F5. I'm going to be kind of off-center here at the office area, and that's all right. Let's do that, and then we will say... And we'll give them a minute to do that. I really do want them to do some smoothing, though, here, too, because that's going to keep everyone from going crazy in the first couple of days. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do V and smooth boy all of this. Don't smooth into the waterfall, because you can very easily drown. Although they probably are very much at risk of drowning to begin with, as they are here. So more of that. I mean, less of that, of course. Meeting area, that... Oh, look at the fields changing. They're growing. Everything's growing. Oh my gosh, look at all the plump helmets. They're so full and plump, almost as if that were their name. Wow. That's incredible. Let's go ahead and expand our stockpiles too, because I don't want those to rot in there. That is making me kind of nervous. Oh no. Oh no, have they rotted already? That would be very bad. That would be very bad. Let's go ahead and just set out more stockpiles so that we have barrels for these things, because that is also bad. Give me a moment. We are kind of tripping all over ourselves a little bit here. We don't have an empty food storage and we still need more barrels, so let's go back down there. Have you created a barrel? You have created a barrel. We're going to need a lot more of these barrels. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to basically tell you to make them forever. Do it forever, because I said so. Just for now, because as long as we can get them, we'll have them. And let's also just set out more stockpiles. Like I said, you know, there's still a few things that kind of go awry here, but we have to kind of, well, we have to get through them. Set out more stockpiles, good, and then expand that to go over here. Until our miners get to that task, we'll just have to live with this as it is. It is what it is. You know, just put all in there for now, and I know I said I wouldn't do that, but I'm kind of procrastinating here at this moment. Good enough, good enough. Yes, ultimately we won't want to do it in barrel, but I mean, it's the best that we've got right now, too, so. Let's go ahead and tell them to eventually put in the plump helmets when we get them, and honestly, if it doesn't come up, then we'll just trade for them later. But that is kind of like an amateur mistake, so. Oh no. There we go, we've got this. I think it's almost time to prepare the moat as well, as soon as they dig that out. Yeah, we can give our dwarves just some time to work on this. Yeah, still, a lot of it is kind of tripping over little things that are easy to forget. Because, for example, running out of plump helmet seeds is perhaps the worst thing. Although it may very well happen to us. Although we have improved at our trading ability now. And we do have enough food and drinks, hopefully, to keep us good for now. So, worst case scenario, we'll survive. As well as the last time that we played, I am quite hopeful because even thinking that everything was going horribly awry, we had way more than I knew what to account for with our dwarves. Okay, here we go. Brew drink from plant, and then we will do that indefinitely for now. That we want to get that manager and the bookkeeper and all the other tasks. Just make the wooden barrels forever because we're probably going to need a zillion million of them for now. Oh, look at this amazing sand cavern floor. Okay, we will go B. Finally, we will get that damn manager. Furniture. Oh, no, it's not under furniture because technically a door isn't furniture. How could I have been so naive? Almond wood doors. That's good enough for me. Let's go back to our workshop and just designate, of course, more doors. I think we're gonna be good on barrels here. Let's just designate a door first. Need yet another one. Put that up. There we go. So now we've got 2 doors. And that way we have room for a bedroom. As well as, here we go, we're on this floor. B, so let's B another. I'm just gonna pause there for a second. Let's put in a chair. Good old chair there. Hazelwood chair looks fine to me. And another table right there in front of the chair so that they can look at it. That's what I call a room now. Everyone's like hauling things up and down. We might want to get some more wheelbarrows over time too. Just trying to get things going a little bit more efficiently here, but there we go. Good. They're starting to use everything up. We're starting to see some of the furniture appear in here as well. I'm going to go ahead and expand this stockpile as well because ultimately the stockpiles will probably go out up to here. So now we're putting things more or less in the right places as they will be, but we'll eventually get rid of these, just have workshops in here. Okay, good. You've spent a little bit of time away from that. You're getting stuff for a door. Let's go back down the stairs. I think it's 5 here. Okay, somebody should be soon delivering this stuff, but it looks like most of them are just hauling around for now. Okay, what we will do then... Oh, what else have we got? Migrants have arrived. Okay, so good. We've got more dwarves coming. This was from before. I missed that, actually. We did have a little bit of a fight. I have no idea what happened there. Nothing really major. We had the miner. Somebody had a baby. I think it was an animal. Oh, no. We got things stolen from the... Oh, Jesus. We lost one of our picks. Isn't a Kia a bird? That's not, like, related to IKEA, right? They're in Sweden. I guess we're going to have to go to war with Sweden or something. No. Oh, God. Yeah, so one thing I should also say is I did turn up the savagery in this world. So it's like at a moderate level because the last time I was expecting that we would get raided because I turned down the game's savagery because you don't want to get raided by an army of zombies. Is it a parrot, basically? Alas, alas. That's why we want to get everything underground ASAP. So I've been like... Okay, here we go. Good, the dwarves are planting the seeds. That is nice. Good, we didn't run out of plump helmets, so the worst of my fears have not materialized. And I am actually like breathing off I was afraid I was going to mess everything up. But no, everything is fine. There will be many moments like that. Very much like when my first RimWorld colony, everyone died because I accidentally set everyone on fire. I forgot that they needed to not be on fire, which was unfortunate. Some of you guys have had horrible starts. But honestly, to be fair, a good way to play Dwarf Fortress is to just play and not fear the failure. Although the one thing that I found is that it kept me from enjoying the game because I would have to repeat the same steps over and over again, which is why in the last series I just went all out in... I'm just going to ask Chad as many questions as possible. And I learned quite a lot about the game, and I do have the advantage there of being a streamer, but, you know, hopefully over time I'll keep iterating, and then there will be more tutorial videos, at least for my own part. Although there are plenty of good ones on YouTube right now. I do know what you mean, though. Like, it's often helpful to be able to just sit in and enjoy a playthrough rather than have to go through 20 million tutorials in order to learn a game. Okay, Kias are taking a lot. This is not authorized. I should probably disassemble the... I was going to say the station wagon. Yes, we should disassemble the station wagon. Somebody's sock is on there. Where are these Kias? Are they coming? Are these subterranean Kias? Let's also dismantle this. Not authorized. Not authorized. Now, I'm kind of wondering how the water will flow out of this river. Look, another interesting factoid, though. Water does evaporate in this game. So you remember we had all that water there? It's all gone now. It's up in the great bowl of pasta in the sky. Yes. Yes, that's right. And we'll all get a big bite out of that plate of pasta someday. Things are not getting built. Construction. Oh, oops. Ah! Construction inactive. Suspend. No, wait a minute. It's not suspended. We can see our list of tasks, so this is quite a good thing to do. Is it work? Is it work orders? Is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I believe it's under task list. Tasks. Here we go. So this will tell you every single thing that is being done. So mostly it's just them storing things in the stockpile. So I didn't think that they would end up doing that first, but apparently they have decided to do that first. So I could just kind of take down the size of these stockpiles, and I may very well do that because I want them to focus more on construction right now instead. Although one thing that I am finding in this game is that there doesn't seem to be a way to just shrink the stockpile. Oh, are you working on the bedrooms? Oh my gosh, wow, it's as if I asked you to do that right now. How amazing of you. Look, and your little duck has followed you in. Pet of Mr. Oh no, he's a pet. This is going to make him very bonded. He was content being near to a waterfall. See? This was the thesis statement of my video. He is stronger from being near the waterfall. With the duck energy. We could call him the Mighty Duck. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call this an office, and this is going to be for our... We have only our expedition leader. I'm just going to go ahead and assign a manager, though, right away. Eventually, we'll get a bookkeeper to figure out how much of everything we actually have. What's the duck's personality? It's a duck personality, of course. You never heard of duck personality? Come on. Yeah, we should probably get the wooden. Although I eventually do want them to put the wood and the stone in those stockpiles. If you will, I'm not really going in with a scalpel right now, but a hatchet. That is. I will get to those finer things, but you're right. There are some major inefficiencies in what we've been doing. But yeah, bear with me. Let's go ahead over to our dwarf noblery, noblage, noblemen, and noblewomen. Let's go ahead and see what does this button do? Symbols! I didn't realize that was a thing. He will carry a giant tomato. So who is... But Nish, you are the expedition leader. Unfortunately, that's your thing. I'm thinking that we aren't going to have much of a use for a furnace operator for a while, so let's have Mistim Dorinomal be our, person. There we are. You're the manager, Mistim. Isn't it funny that his name is Mistim, and I'm misting my dwarves right now? Oh my gosh. Wow. Assign a new or existing location to this zone. Assign a zone to this zone. Some things are... What is that meme of... Where? Let me put... I think it's exhibit. Is exhibit in that meme? You know the meme I'm talking about? Puts the zone in the zone in the zone. I get some of that from the UI. Even still, I admit. Okay, one thing that we can do now is we can tell them to stop doing this, and we can just do this in the labor menu. In fact, let's go ahead and say, have you got a hold of your office yet? Because then I want to start doing work orders the right way. The best way. We have struck great. Something or other. Cool. We've got an axe dwarf visiting. People are stealing things. Whew, where is it under? Oh, right. Okay, work orders. So this is where we assign all of our orders from, and I had been doing things from workbenches, and that's beautiful, but at the same time, it's much just better to make everything universal. We heard you like zones, so we put a zone in your... Yeah, exactly. It's, like, amazing, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and do doors. I just want a regular door. Is there a control for a door of any material? Because that would be a door. And we are going to do this as a conditional. Amount of doors available is less than 10. Yes. If there are less than 10 available doors, so this means satisfied for next check. So when it says satisfied, that means make the doors or do the thing here. So when this is, because this confused me all the time, because I used to think that satisfied meant like, there's enough doors, bro. Like, don't make any more doors. But what's really happening here is kind of a code line. Amount of doors, so this is like the thing. Available is, so, yeah. Less than 10. Okay, so then this is our conditional, is less than 10. And that evaluates to true or false, like the code. And then, okay, yep, like, satisfied, so that means do the thing. And then this is 10 of 10. And I can't remember whether that's per day or total, but, I mean, good enough. That was what I learned. It took me forever to figure out what the actual work order meant. But, yeah, that's, like, the short explanation of it. It took me forever to figure out that menu, and I don't know why. It just went right over my head, so I'm just explaining it for future me, in case if I ever decide to go back and watch my own videos, which is always a bizarre and crazy experience. Okay, are we brewing drinks from... Good, we're getting dwarven wine, and we should be getting dwarven seeds and dwarven dwarves. Let's go ahead, and it looks like they've started channeling this out, and I want to do something cool here. Wait a minute, does that... Oh my gosh, that's the thing to show you where my cursor is. How amazing is that? Let's go ahead and do... go down the stairs. And my brain just exploded. You do have moments playing Dwarf Fortress where you just forget everything that's happening. Brew, drink from plant. There we go. Okay, so we're going to make this a conditional, and let's say amount of... We had decided that we wanted to make this depend on seeds. Amount of seeds available is less than 10. So that means that we have a lot of seeds. This is a very good piece of news. So let's make it... no, we want to set it to be less than... Let's say 1,000, because I want 1,000 seeds. In fact, let's make it so that they just do this forever and ever and ever. So I don't know how many they can store in a barrel, but I mean, come on, guys, they're seeds. Does anyone know off the top of their head how many? I would be willing to say like 10,000, honestly, because I could easily fit 10,000 seeds into a barrel, and that would still be just like one barrel, right? I just pretty much want them to do this forever. Or am I going to get myself horribly destroyed if I put in this number 10,000? Maybe we should... 14,371. Wait, is that a real number? That sounds awfully specific, so I am inclined to believe you. I will put... I'm going to price is right here, you. 14,000... I will just 15,000 at 372. 15,000. Oh, 60 per barrel. Okay, then let's make it way less than that. I'll still do like 2,000 because that's quite a lot. And I don't ever want to run out of drinks ever because I am afraid of what will happen to my life if I don't do that. Have we made this into the right type of order? Okay, I feel as though this merits an explanation. I kind of blue screened there because I was going over the work orders, but pretty much I'm just going to quickly go over what this means. Let's just pause the game. So work orders are a struggle for new players and as well as for me because I am a new player. However, we had assigned this... And pretty much what this says is every day, universally in our entire fort, and this is why I prefer to do this with managers rather than at singular workshops, because then it becomes limited to the workshop alone. But by hitting O, I get to the... Actually, where is it located here? Yeah, our work orders menu. So when we get to work orders, this is all the conditional things that we're checking in the fort. So they can use any shop, though we can say do it at one shop max or whatever. This is very, very specific. I wish that this... number were over here and this number were over here, but this says make 100 a day. Oh, whoops, that's 1,000. Let's bring that down. We want to do 100. There we go. So every day throughout the entire fort, let's make 100 drinks. Okay, now furthermore, we have to go to the conditional section and we need to add conditions here. And we can add as many of these things as we want. I just want to keep mine simple. Like, I don't want it to depend on the number of drinks. I want it to depend on the number of seeds, which... Well, they'll stop brewing that if we might want to also add in drinks later on. But this will get us through the vast majority of the beginning of the game. If we have less than 2,000 seeds, then let's brew drinks. Let's also say, I guess, is it an and? So amount of drinks is... Let's try 2 conditionals here then. I'm going to do this because we have more than 10 drinks. So this is... I'm assuming that this is an and that links these two together. Like, check if both of these things are true. If you've ever done any coding, this will make sense to you. Dwarf Fortress is a little bit like that. Let's say if we have less than 2,000 drinks, too. It is an and? Okay, that's great. Yeah, not an or statement. Yeah. I don't know. Learn to code. Isn't that a meme? Just learn to code, bro. whatever it is. Yeah, like whatever it is. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but yeah. Phew, that was a lot of information. Our water is evaporating. We've got the drinks under order. We do want to get some food going. We're probably going to want to get some cavern or quarry bushes. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the food and drink going, and then maybe we'll start to think about the military. So let's do bee workshops farming here, and we'll do a farm plot, and there we go, another farm. They're making that. We'll have another workshop over here. Maybe we'll have a kitchen on this side. Just a couple of workshops over here. And then we might start to mine out these. I think 6x6 is a nice size. I'm trying to think of how I want this to look. If we do another 6x6 here, would this be acceptable to the Emperor if we do this? If I make that large, then I am allowed to do this. I like the 2x2 theme here. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm fine with this. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly efficient, just as long as we get a little bit more efficient, and it should be kind of pretty. I think that's important, too. Prettiness matters. All right, there we go. So let's make our farms like this. I don't know why I do mine in squares. It just makes me feel more comfortable, like there's not something... Wait, 100 brewing tasks is not 100 drinks. Drinks are... Oh, so maybe I did 100 brewing tasks, so it's 100 times that. Should I bring it down slightly then? Let's just do that. Okay, so then let's say like 100 brewing tasks. I don't know how many drinks that makes per thing. So let's just say... I mean, they're pretty much going to be spending the entire day doing it anyway. So we'll say 50. And generally speaking, once we get a bookkeeper, we'll keep an eye on this as to like, okay, is everything going horribly awry? We're making doors, so we should have doors for our dwarves. So now if we go in here, and this is just convenient because we don't have to keep ordering all of the work orders every single time we want to do anything. We're also going to order chairs, tables, and beds. So let's go in and make a few more work orders. So we will do chairs, wooden chairs, good. We will say make this a conditional. If we have thrones, I believe is just the more general term for it. So less than 10, yeah, so they're going to make them. Let's do it thus. Good. Right click out of there, and then... we would need some tables. We'll do some tables. Let's just make these let's do everything out of wood to begin with for now, but eventually we will want to do stone. Only because we have a lot of it right now. Tables less than 10. Satisfied for the next check. That's good. I think that's good there. Tables, chairs, and what else did I say? Beds, yeah. So let's go ahead and do beds. Bed. Just a normal bed. There we go. Beds, less than 10. Yeah, good enough, because those are going to be the beds that are available in our storage, I do believe. So now we can go over here, and we can order all of these doors. So P for door, and R for door. And then we're going to keep this building after placement. Let's just use the closest material, because I think I don't really care. It doesn't make a big difference to me. Let's just put this on repeat. Okay, and now we've run out of doors. It's a little unfortunate that you can't just assign them, so like as they make the doors, but I guess this game is very exact like that. Yeah, I keep saying dwarves, like dwarves. In the meantime, a nobleman. Okay, the militia commander is important, but the main one I want for right now is our bookkeeper, because this is going to tell us what we have in terms of resources. Right now, this tilde means, we think we have around 70 of these, give or take. Who knows? But drinks around 200. I don't know why it tells us exactly with meat and fish. I guess because it's less than 10 or something like that. But yeah, they just kind of have a random idea. Once we get a bookkeeper, though, then the bookkeeper will be able to tell us exactly how much. And we can make the bookkeeper... I can't say these words. Bookkeeper more or less exact. Dacost currently doesn't have a job. Proficient record keeper will take that as a planter. So good. Okay, we're going to do that. We'll do another B, and then we can probably get that furniture in here now. Amazing. Wow. Tables for everyone. We ran out of tables. We had them before, and now they're gone. You should have appreciated them. We'll put in another chair, and I think this will be for our... Yep, okay. We had at least one. Something happened. Let's make another zone, and let's go Z for zone. We will make another office here, and I'm going to make this a bookkeeper's office. Accept, and we will call on you, Dacost Nakasaxol bookkeeper female. Oh, where did all of her hair go? Is that like a... she doesn't even have any... She's the least hirsute of the dwarves. I thought dwarves were hairy folks. Maybe she's an imposter. Oh my gosh, guys, I almost said Among Us. Brewing a single plant will take almost the same a day. We have safe where they work with smaller... Oh, so I'm just doing it with so many plants because I expect someone to spend their entire life. Although, we could get to the same downward spiral with our dwarves from before. Maybe I should be more conservative, is what you're saying. I think that's fair. Hey, drown in our sin. Thank you very much for the kind wishes. As well as, Puddles is pollen. Thank you very much for the prime. Could be like a large num. I want to leave those. I don't want to be like very picky. I know I've probably done things horribly awry in terms of work order amounts, but living my life. Okay, another thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go out on a limb here. No one expected this, but I'm instead, I'm going to put a stockpile of like greater priority to put, let's say we will put barrels of seeds here, and we will put, will the drinks be here? I suppose perhaps. But let's kind of look into what we could do. We're going to make this a custom stockpile. And we will say... we have located the seeds out of place in alphabetical order. But that's fine. We're just going to put all of the seeds... Can we allow all of this? No? Oh, we need to allow individual seeds. So this is Plump Helmet then. So if I scroll, you can hear me scrolling right now. Fortunately, this part is alphabetized. Plump Helmet spawn and Plump Pits is... I guess that's it. Let's just see what happens if we designate this, because we're bound to have a few bum stockpiles here. But we'll do that, and let's see what happens with them. Oh my gosh, it has a small icon that indicates what's there. What an ingenious idea. That's incredible. Let's do... Oh my gosh, they put them in with the barrel. Wow. This is a tunnel tube barrel number 3. Now, I'm told that this is not the best way to store them, but this is my way to store them for now. Oh, we could also just say all. That's probably a good idea. Because, I mean, after all, we're pretty much going to be doing that. We should probably be putting plump helmets in there as well. But this just means that they don't have to keep going up and down the stairs every time that they want to do something. Let's set this to custom again. Yeah, we'll do seeds, and we'll just say all. All seeds belong there. Okay, so now we know that this is the seed kingdom. Or whatever we'll call it. The seed place. Bring them here. Bring them here. And then we're going to go ahead to this stockpile. And let's start to differentiate these a little bit. We'll make this custom. And we're going to say, no more seeds. No more seeds. And we'll just start to gradually skim away all of our other items from this area. Where is it? Yes, seeds. No seeds. Thank you very much. And we can say plants. Even plants we won't store here. Let's just try to bring all of the food out of this level, to be fair. No more food. No more corpses. No more refuse, and so on and so forth. And let's also, now that I'm thinking of it, did I have it in this stockpile? Let's go here. Yes, I did. Unfortunately, have seeds and refuse. Yeah, let's just start to take all of this stuff out, because we don't want any of this. Okay, now let's start to handle these other types of things. So things that are a little bit more, let's call them biological or alive. We're going to take care of how to store these things, because I don't want these things stored in our main fort area. In the meantime, though, also, too, I don't want to give those no stockpile, so let's give them a stockpile, because I don't want them to just go, to the wastes. Let's put another one here, and this will also be for... In fact, this is going to be very messy, but I'm just going to do this right now. This works in my head. I know several of you will get a knee-jerk reaction of complete horror when I do this. It's going to look horrible, but bear with me because I have no organizational skills. Oh my god, I know it's horrible. Oh, look away. But yeah, just put all the stuff there for now. Eventually we'll move it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did my best. But you didn't appreciate it. You didn't appreciate it. Okay, we're going to just allow all food types of items in here, I've decided. It will get more specific, but we're going from very broad to very specific as time goes on. Okay. Refuse. P. I get stressed. I get stressed, guys. Only because of how my first forts... I've been very fortunate to have had 40 failed hours in Dwarf Fortress. Most of you have been destroyed horribly before this. Let's just put the refuse all in front of the place. Whoops. We could just do corpses and... let's just do corpses and refuse here. Wow, what an amazing idea to put them all in one pile. Except it's probably a horrible idea because we need to chop up some of these corpses. But here's the main idea I don't want to have that is because if we leave corpses and refuse in the fort, miasma will start to spread. And that sounds like fun, but it's not fun. It's basically like purple goop or disease. Like basically oobleck in the most susical sense that just spreads and goes around, and it's weird. And now we've got, you can see that we've lost the tildes here, so we now have an actual count on all of our stockpiles. In the meantime, I'm going to start to get a couple more offices here ready because it seems we've got plenty of doors now, and that's nice. Oh no, there was not a door in the door. Very well. I keep thinking that the 1, 2, and 3 keys speed up time, but this game has 1 speed except for that FPS thing. Anyway, carrying on. Furniture here. We've got more tables now, so we can start to get more of these ready for our dwarves. And we should probably get some beds as well for the bedrooms. Now, I do believe that the nobleman dwarves will designate the bedrooms nearest their offices, or the adjacent ones as their bedrooms. Let's go ahead and make this. I could have done a dormitory. Honestly, that probably would have been smart, but, well, whatever. I'm going to... we'll do these ones individually for now. Except we could have done multi, but it's fine. Let's also just be furniture. We might be able to do it by double-clicking here, actually. This could be a play. So we'll do this, 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 this. Good enough. Cool. And then we will start to mine out the rest of this, because we've got 2 of our dwarves on mining, so we might as well. There we go. And then we'll go back to that 12 by 12 pattern.
Creator I'm subscribed to. No one will ever take your place.
Thank you very much, Drowned in Arson. I do appreciate you being so selfishly kind to me. That is very important to me. Yeah, thank you very much. Though there are many other... Actually, I'm quite insecure about how good the people are right now. Must be the best. I must be the greatest. Carrying on. Raw muscle. Now, this is nice to see all of the different foods down here, which are probably going to go bad somehow. Let's go ahead and get a kitchen ready, because it would be nice to have that. We could also get the Fisher Dwarf. Now my head is spinning with the number of ideas, but no one is angry, and that's good. Let's do B, workshops. We'll do a... it's not under... kitchen. Yes, there we are. Kitchen. And I will put this here. Let's just see if this automatically moves the stockpile. Oh, no, it doesn't move the stockpile. That is very unfortunate. We could put them in here, but that would be very ugly. So let's go ahead and... oh, no, I'm going to have to repaint the entire thing. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, no more stockpile. Let's just do it the right way now. No, we still can't get it. All right, this is going to be slightly... annoying, but yeah. Repainting stockpiles for the umpteenth time. We do that here, we do that here, we bring it across, we bring it around town, and then we put it in here. That way there's room enough for where I wanted to put my other stockpile, which was right there. Amazing. Is this only for food? Custom. Food. All food. Good. We did the thing. Okay, B. Workshops. Farming. Kitchen. I want to put a kitchen here so that they can cook the food and eat it. Amazingly, for how long it sometimes takes to do the orders, your dwarves do work extremely efficiently. Like, a lot of people say that this game is so advanced, Dwarf Fortress. But at the same time, let's have a bunch of easy, whoops, I don't want to do it from here, I want to do it from here. Meal, work orders, here we go. Meal, smooth boy meal. Your dwarves are quite efficient, though. Okay, let's say 50 meals a day. Maybe that's too many, though. Maybe those will go bad. Let's say we've got 15 dwarves. Let's say 30 meals a day. That's good. Okay, and the conditional, it's not a one-time order. We want this to be a conditional. Good. So we want to say that there are at least Food doesn't go bad in Dwarf Fortress? I thought that it went bad. This is news to me. Watch the calendar in the corner of the day, and the fort is like a few minute tops there. Oh, so they are all on. Yeah, fair. Yeah, you don't really have a day-night cycle. So let's go ahead and do amount of items available. Is unrotten prepared meals. Then how is it as a meal rot? Amount of items. Why do they just call it items? I mean, we might as well make sure that they're unrotten ones. Oh, we need more barrels for it. Okay, then that makes sense. If it's in a barrel, it doesn't spoil. Thank you for that. So much information at once. Generally speaking, I admit that my smooth brain knowledge is just sort of like insert Dwarf Fortress. Rimworld knowledge here. Assume that it applies to Dwarf Fortress and then adjust based on what chat tells me. I do think that's probably going to get me killed, but in kind of funny ways. Everyone starved. Oh no. So unlikely. Alas. Wow. B workshop. Oh, we're saving. We're going to be patient for the save again. Saving announcements. I always wondered why it's like this, because there's so much text happening in Dwarf Fortress that one would think it's just text to save, right? The adventure data, which reminds me that adventure mode will eventually be coming, and that's going to be very exciting too. We had that one crash on launch day, but so far we've not had a single other crash of the game ever since. So that's been amazing, and it's run really well. Plump helmets, poor soil. Why is it that I thought this was the good soil? No. Aw, that's so sad. There we go. I am finding the music very pleasant here, and I feel like something welling up deep inside of me whenever I hear this music. Like a sense of purpose. Only because it reminds me of back in 2017 when I started my YouTube channel. And I thought it was just like, oh, this is just a fun hobby. And now I'm like, this is my job. YouTube isn't a job. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Is it one or is it the other? Let's have some rock nuts in the ground there. Great to have the rock nuts. Okay, so we are going to get some food going from the quarry bushes, because this also seems to be a pretty good source of food. Oh, we had to do a little bit of reorganization. We've got the diplomacy now of people coming in to trade with us. Of the items that I could ask for, I'm assuming that we should just go with metal bars again. Let's go for iron bars. I think that was a pretty good ask from the last time, so we'll go with that. I don't even know what he needed. I'm probably not even going to rely on trading, though. I am going to be ignoring a lot of the announcements again, I regret to say, as I did in the last series, because... stray water buffalo, our water buffaloes died. Did we not pasture them? As long as that cat doesn't die. Oh, and look, it's autumn. It's autumn. I mean, like I said, I'm going to make some massive mistakes, so we're just going to have to live with it. But yeah, that is quite bad. Gherkin Whopper, thank you very much for the sub. That is a very nice name. And Captain Thick and Hard Gun, thank you very much for the subs. For now, I know I've made a few mistakes here and there, but let's just continue to do that because that's the best way to learn the game. And let's also allow the fluvious floods of the river into our awful fort. Hopefully no one will drown here, but this should be exciting to watch. And, you got to pepper in spectacles and visual excitement when you're playing Dwarf Fortress. Otherwise, what's it worth, I mean, guys, it inspired Minecraft. If someone would come up to channel it. Oh, what we got to do is this. Hang on a second. I just remembered how to do this quite nicely. Let's go ahead back into our, we'll go into mining, and we will open up the advanced options, and let's set these to a 1, just that they come over and do them right now. Whoops. I guess I have to originally designate out the order, and then we have to cancel the whole thing and then redo it. Okay, that is that. Whoops, I meant to channel. There we go. Good. Come hither. Now. Mine. There we go. The Mr. Blinking Light tells us that... Oh my god, did he get swept down the waterfall? Is he on the bottom of the waterfall? Who was that? I think that was... Oh no, there he is. We'll keep track of this. This is Neil Atsama. That's a spicy meatball. That's his name. Okay, so he has been... I didn't know if he would get swept away with the water, but no, he's right back at work. Okay, and let's just go back up to our top level, because the water is now flowing in so amazingly to the rest of the fort. And I was kind of curious as to how this would work. Unfortunately, I forgot to get all of those logs out of there before this ended, but oh well. We do have some salmon remains here, so we could have picked those out. Not a bad way to fish for a bunch of fish, but I was curious as to how this would interact. Now, they do still have a path to walk around here before we get set up with a drawbridge eventually. But, who died? Our stray yak bull died. Oh, well. We should have put those things in. We should have given them a pasture. Okay, so let's think about pastures. Let's do Z, pen and pasture. Certain livestock need to graze hungry. Yep. Yeah, we just killed our livestock. Okay, let's leave them somewhere outside of the fort because that was a major... A boo-boo, we'll call it a boo-boo. I hate that word. Man, they even name the ducks. Oh, only the ones that they like. Let's just put anything that looks like it needs food. Yeah, the duck could need it. We're going to learn a lot about animal death over the next few of these. Hate to say it. Forbid those logs, the dwarves will try. Yes, that is true. They will go for the logs if it is full. I will do that after this. Thank you very much for reminding me of that. Okay, so basically anything that's not a pet. I guess the pets follow them around. No, just put the pets there too. We don't... Well, those be miserable. It's fine. But the dogs and the cats should be fine, I do believe, right? So, we'll leave them. Okay, no, we will leave that location as it is. And did I just undesignate the whole thing? Nope, it's still there, although it doesn't really have a very good indicator that it is there. Okay, we'll do that. And let's see, they should lead the animals up and out. Good, the ducks and the other ducks and the third and fourth and fifth ducks are being led up there. But let's also, yeah, we will forbid those things. Forbidden, so we'll use the little lock mechanism. And yeah, don't go after these logs, ladies and gentlemen. Or even that, because are the cats going after it too? Yeah, we don't really want that. I truly don't care if we get these logs. Let's just leave them in the river. I think that's fine. So there goes the water flowing into our soon-to-be moat. This is, of course, only going to get that part of it. So we'll also channel over here, and this is fun. And I guess we'll just try to make it 4 wide. I tried to kind of blend it with the natural landscape. I didn't really want to do too much filling in. I guess we could have done that later, but I mean, I kind of know more about subtractive, we'll call it subtractive terraforming than anything else. Good, so it looks like there was more water pressure over there, so that did fill in faster. And now we've got ourselves a nice natural defense mechanism here. I thought that this blended very well with our fort, and we've got the waterfall over the side. So now it is kind of a beautiful place to have a fort, I think. And look, as we go down in, we see all their food stores. This is nice. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I was confusion there for a second. Look, the water is... Oh, that's neat. The water, as it fills in, it starts to show the dampness, like, coming up on top of it. So here it is. We're going to get water droplets appear there in a second. So assuming that the water... Yeah, there it is. So assuming that the water droplets aren't coming in here, I think we should be fine if we just keep mining out this cave as is, right? Let's set this back to a 4 priority. Famous last words. Here we go. That should be fine, and this should be fine as well. Just giant deluge of water comes in, floods the entire fort, playthrough over. That would be a classic dwarf fortress. Yeah, the dirt is sweating. The water hasn't really stopped up top. So it's kind of like puddles, these ones, and it does flow a little weirdly here. But I also think it's because so much of the water is getting carried over the edge here. Eventually, this should mostly fill in. I'm kind of curious as to whether this water will fill in, but ultimately what I want to do is build a drawbridge up here. So let's do that. That would be a totally separate task. I mean, are our dwarves more or less mainly taken care of in their needs? We've got the farmer's workshop. We're processing some of our seeds. I know we didn't do it perfectly, but as long as our dwarves are more or less okay, I'm willing to let that go for a little while. Because I do want to do different types of tasks than just kind of work order stuff. Oh, they keep resetting the order as they mine out more, so we'll just have to keep doing this. It's probably a setting to tick on or off that they just mine whether or not it's wet there. But, okay, good. So they've done it. And that's pretty much what I wanted. Good. Because that gives us more room for fields. And let's plant some pigtails there as well. Because, whoops, I didn't mean to mine that. Let's just do this. Maybe a couple more of these. I know I just said I wouldn't, but let's do this anyway. Let's do another one over here. Okay, and as soon as they finish that, we'll come back down there. So basically, I think that the next thing we're going to do is try to build a tower along here. And then we'll make this into a drawbridge. So let's go ahead into B, and, well, we're going to need a stonemason's workshop before we do any of this. So let's go down to our stockpile level. And I'm liking the way this looks because now we have room for stockpiles, and we got a loom here while I was off camera. B, we could do workshops. So let's do our stoneworker. The names seem to have changed slightly. So stoneworker is stonemason's workshop, right? Pretty sure they can just walk over the accessible squares. There's not really an issue with that, I've noticed. Let's go ahead and do, is it a mechanisms? Yeah, we're going to be using mechanisms before you know it, so we'll make a machine there. Sard, this is an interesting material. What is this? B. Okay, we have more machines and fluids. Manwee Arison, thank you very much for the sub. Do appreciate that. We might get mold from the whetstone. Wait, are you being serious? Is mold actually in this game? Oh, there is a setting for damp warm stone. Thank you for that. This game is so endlessly customizable, it's amazing. I think I'll get a boiler set up right now, too, because we're probably going to need that. What is my longest running fortress? I have no idea. I think I have 70 hours, and most of my fortresses where I was trying just died out. This will probably be the longest running one. If you don't include the one where I made it so peaceful. Magma Forge, Jeweler, Screw Press. Screw Press, what is this for again? Pressing liquids from various sources. Not ready for that yet, I'm pretty sure. Carpenter Crafts. We should get a crafts workshop too. That's important. I can't remember what for, honestly, but yeah, I'm starting to remember. Farming. Still, Butcher would probably be a good thing, and we probably want a Fisher Dwarf's workshop, too. Let's get the Butcher. Let's see if they can even get into these workshops, too, because I just want to see if I can just put them one on top of the other. I'm pretty sure they have certain spaces that are impassable, I think. But I'm not positive in Steam version and beyond. And we'll do a Fisher Dwarf's workshop. Let's put the Fisher Dwarf workshop, though. We'll put it up on this level. I know this is horribly messed up, this level, but whatever. It's fine. Okay, so let's do pigtails up here. That's only seasonal, though, so we will do that there. And then I guess we'll just leave them fallow for other seasons. Let's just keep it simple. And then we will do cave wheat. Nah, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We aren't ready for cave wheat yet. Sheesh. Jesus. Okay, so we've got the fish people. And they're pretty much just automatically doing the fish preparation there, so that is good to see, because we do have access to many a fish. We can see that the last of the river is now flowing in, and it does look like we're getting up to level 2 and 3. We want this to get deeper. I was considering whether I should make this thing even deeper, but I'm glad I didn't, because then that would interfere with our farming, so good enough. Wow, it is pretty to watch the water flow. I'm going to go ahead and just save my game really quick. We'll call this, afraid something... Nope, afraid something bad will happen. I will call this EP1 mid. I guess we're around the midway point here. Again, I feel as though I get maybe 5% more of the game every time I play through it. Like, there's so much that I've ignored. But it is what it is. Whew. All right, there we are. So now let's get a bridge. B. I know what I'm doing here. Machines and fluids. Is it under machines and fluids? Floodgate lever. We will need a lever for it, so I figure we'll have a guard tower in here eventually. Let's put the lever somewhere obvious, somewhere very levery. Maybe near the stairs, but we should have a lever room. So in this case, if we got the stonemason's workshop and everything else going on, let's go ahead and just set out some more orders. So we're going to make some blocks. What do we have a lot of? What type of block? We don't want them to be made of wood. What do we have a lot of in terms of our stone? Let's go to our stocks. Stones. This is alphabetized. Stone. So what do we have a lot of? Don't show again. I don't really know what is the best material for what is hard and whatnot, but that seems like an awful lot of clay stone. Limestone certainly sounds better, though. I would prefer limestone. Let's see what we have in the walls as well, because otherwise I think I'm just going to go with limestone. Could have to be near dining hall, near where the dwarves are idle. That may be a very good idea, too. So, like, for example, someone could just come out of the tavern area. Maybe we could put the lever here then, because as you know, levers are magic. If we put our lever here, then that way they could control the gate from over here. That would be nice. Yeah, let's do that. Machines and fluids. We'll put a lever. We'll put it near. We'll have like a lever room where we just have nothing but levers, and it's very confusing. I'm not going to think about dwarves going crazy and pressing these levers, because that can also happen. We're just going to forget what every lever is about and be helpless later on. I'm saying that right now, but yeah, that's the way it is. Oh, we need mechanisms. My bad. So I'm going to forget a lot of these things, but yeah, we'll just get the requirements. It is very nice that they give you that tip when you need it. Also, Vasatha, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Yes, we are winning, son. Erison, thank you very much for the sub as well. Mechanisms. So we can make these out of stone. Can we make them out of wood as well? Nickel mechanisms. Stone, brass. I believe it's stone. Is it? Oh no, it's rock. They call it rock. I personally find it confusing that they have the words rock and stone and that those are separate and distinctive. But yeah, it is what it is. Rock mechanisms is less than 10, so we'll do that. Cool, very cool. And let's make some blocks of, let's just go with, and we'll do limestone. Wait a minute. Oh, we need to do blocks and then click limestone. Oh, wait, it's just under rock blocks. How could I have been so foolish? Oh well, alright, I mean, it is what it is again. Let's say as long as the amount of available rocks is less than, let's say, we're going to need a lot of them, and so let's say 500. It'd be good to have a lot on hand in case we want to do any big construction projects. This menu looks good, but then we do 10 per day. Let's go ahead and make that, or 10 orders per day. I'm not 100% sure what's in an order. They'll do it until it's satisfied, so let's just say 100. Good. Okay, very cool. What type of animal is this? Stray water buffalo. Okay, we need to get that into the pasture as well, because everyone is starving. Join the other animals. Join the other animals. The water buffalo. Why does it remind me of Veggie Tales? Remember when... Well, they made us watch it. It was quite funny, though. It was quite funny. I think I watched that when I was 7. Okay, so here is the issue with my moat. No one wants to hear about the issues with my moat. It is spewing water out into the air faster, so we need to link it up here. So let's go ahead and get this bridge ready. So if we go up here, and is this under constructions? I'm going to need to do a little bit of looking around here. Wall, floor, nope, nope. No, we are going to want walls here. Oh, anyway, it was just there and I missed it. Bridge, there it is. Bridges can be used to span spaces or placed above water or magma. Bridges can be connected to levers and raised to block access. So, I'm going to build the bridge, and then I'm going to channel beneath it. I'm not honestly sure if this is the best way to do it, but what I have in mind is this. That way the bridge can go up and down, and then this will be on our side of the whole fort. However, I also want a wall around here. If it doesn't work, we can just rebuild it, but oh my gosh, there are so many options with the bridge. I feel overwhelmed. So the make rock blocks will turn 1 boulder into 4 blocks. Okay, so it's 1 to 4. Thank you. That is very good to know. I'm thinking that this will be a good placement. Oh, and what we can also do... So what my plan is after this... My plan... After we build the bridge, I will then lever the bridge magically to that spot down below, and then we will put up the bridge, and then we will channel the water beneath so that it then becomes a drawbridge with water underneath it in the most classic Rapunzel fashion. And then we can go back down to our home here, and then we can, of course, bridge the bridge by means of the lever, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and put the lever there. Okay, good. Now we have a lever, so the game won't be so moody with me. Oh my gosh, wow, they made it out of wood. That's so beautiful. Wow. Let's go back down to the meeting area. Now this is linked up. Or it's not linked up yet. Well, let's go ahead and link the lever by going back up to the place, and we link it to this. And there we go. Now they are going to queue the order to link that. Someone will link it to the link. And noom. Link a building to trigger. Show linked buildings. Is it linked yet? Oh, it is linked. Yep. Okay, there we go. So it was been done. Let's pull the lever and then oh no, not with the goose on it. There we go. Okay, so great. So now that sort of works. I do believe that this is considered a wall square, and if I am not mistaken about that, now we can start to build up walls along the shore so that they would have to scale underneath the water and onto the shore. We're going to have to channel water one tile at a time with the bridge. They won't be able to cross back. Yes, thank you very much for that. So, yeah, we're going to do it one at a time. That was the plan. Let's also do it from this side, since this is more kind of puddly over here, that way. So we'll do it like 4 tiles at a time. I think this was a decent way to do this. There might be some even more amazing way to do it. Like if we had decided to, for example, wait a minute. Why can't they? Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Are they not able to channel when I've put the bridge up? That might be a thing. I think I'm getting that. Or can I just mine on this floor? Would that be acceptable to the game? Yes, that is apparently acceptable. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that is not authorized. Bottom side is a brook, not a river. People can just walk. Yeah, no, the top side we should be fine. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to overflow it right now. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to dismantle the bridge. Okay, so we did that wrong. We'll try it again. Let's do the removal. I thought I could put up the bridge and then the game would let me do that, but it didn't because I apparently am ignorant. But here we go. Let's go ahead and do that. Dismantle the bridge. Debridge the bridge. No one liked it anyway. Slated for removal. Slated the slate bridge for removal. That is kind of unfortunate because it would be nice to be able to do that and then channel that. And I feel as though that is a function that should belong in the game. That would be cool if we could do that. Please, Charn, may I have some more? There we are. Let's do that. Okay, good. So they will work on that, but yeah. What this is going to do is cause water to run in a crazy way. So let's do this. Honestly, I didn't run into any issues before, so I'm just gonna... Maybe someone will drown, but let's watch. Let's find out. Oh, Stodir Udib Nyril. Let's see if this is your last moment. Okay, so he got, like, pretty much washed away by the river. Oh, no, we should have done the middle before we did anything else. Oh, is there still time? How could I have been so smooth-brained as to not think about that? Oh, no! We have made a mistake. Oh, yes, we can build a floor to reach it. Thank you very much. That will be very helpful. So let's go ahead and we'll build the floor on the floor. Constructions. Floor. Floor that. There we go. What I should have done would have been to do the middle square. Yeah, I should have gone from this shore to the other shore. That was smart. You are a smart boy. This is why we do these things on Twitch, because that would have taken a little bit more creativity. And amazing. We have done the thing that we meant to do. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this floor now. If I could deconstruct it. Deconstruct. There we go. Okay, so now I will get the drawbridge of which I have dreamed. And now, as you can see, we are starting to fill up the rest of the river. Hopefully no one will fall in, because dwarves just sometimes seem to fall into things. Nope, we're good. Okay, so then this has got the rest of the water pressure, and hopefully this has created a deeper moat that people can drown in if they want to come here. Oh, and look, the fish has come back to life. Oh no, it's dead, and it's just floating around in there. Oh well. Too bad. It's filling up. All right, so now we make the drawbridge. Either that or we have just isolated ourselves on an island and we're screwed, which I don't think that happened, but if it did, then we could always dig our way under and back out. Good. That seems to have worked. Let's find out. This is my first water defense bridge place. Ooh, exciting. Ooh, the gnome person is building it. Is she really a dwarf or is she an imposter? Okay, let's see what happens with that linked thing. So here we go. It has been unlinked amazingly. So let's go back up to the surface. Link that back up. Okay, now that's being linked back up. And then bada bam, bada boom. Bob's your uncle. We got it linked up. Pull the lever, and I just want to make sure that this works before we do anything else. And oh my god, don't stand on that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a mild heart attack whenever this happens. Wait, show link buildings. Someone must be pulling the lever. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't think I did. Okay, there we go. Pull the lever. Oh, it is technically considered a work order. It worked. Amazing, amazing. Okay, there it's back down. So now we have a bridge to and from the land, and we can put this up if invaders ever come. Obviously, this doesn't account for the threat of mermen and stuff like that, but that is quite cool, I think, and that's amazing. And I don't know if we're going to fully get the water pressure. We'll see what happens if it fills in. We might have to do some other way to direct the river straight to our home and then redirect the waterfall around. That might be kind of crazy, but... You know, I kind of like the idea of having it mesh with nature in some way so that we create a sort of natural defense. And in the meantime, I am still kind of learning about the way that water pressure works in the game. It does look like it's sort of coming around. We might not get it perfect. I don't like this because we've sort of got like a puddle here. That's our defense, and people could just ford this. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the freezing over of the moat could also be bad. Yeah, but yeah, like the walls will be the main thing. And I like having it adjacent to some body of water, and it's amazing, isn't it? But anyway, for now, let's go ahead, and we will B, and we will C
Finally
for...
catching a live stream.
Here we go.
Not just
or
in
not
VOD.
CN.
Keep up the good
Hey.
content.
Forward. Thank you very much for the 2 months. Do appreciate that, my friend. 3 wide. Yeah, I should probably I'll have to remake the bridge for caravans. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Pun intended. Let's go ahead and make the floor on the floor with the floor. Oh, it blocks it when I... Oh, I see. The floor requires a floor. Will it attempt to floor the... No, then we can't have this. Cancel construction, because I don't want them to try to floor the... Oh, no, I have to do it for everyone individually? No, that can't be. Oh, no, you know what I can just do? Cancel that one. I should have done that from the beginning. Oh, well, okay, now I need to rebuild another one. B, constructions, floor. And then we'll do this. Oh, and we can repeat the command. See, I'm thinking that it's going to be so hard, old Dwarf Fortress style. No, we have this nice clicking mouse to use. I know my floors are going to be made of weird other materials, but I'm fine with that. Not everything has to match perfectly for now. Looks like we've got another tree growing. Whoops, here we go. Here's another one. I'm probably going to floor underneath the wall because I don't know if that affects it. Can I floor on the area? But I can floor the area. I wonder if this will cover up the staircase. Will it? I'm just going to cancel one of them. I don't want to floor everyone out. Although, of course, we could fix that pretty quickly. Let's chop down that tree as well. It looks like that's grown. And then after that, we'll start to put up the walls. Oh, my gosh. It's like a mosaic of being disorganized. Now, how are you walking on this? This is a brook, technically, so I guess it's fordable or something. I mean, it is just a babbling brook. They will cover the stairwell. Ah, thank you very much. Okay, so we need to deconstruct those. Do appreciate that. Let's go ahead and X those. We're going to X those out, just that one. And then this one we can cancel. Let's cancel the floor, cancel construction, cancel construction. Whoops, I did... Oh, no, there we go. That's good. It's unfortunate, though, then, that you have to have grass underneath it. Because I want it to look tamed from the wild. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, this floor really looks crazy. Well, we'll fix it later. For now, as long as we have a wall around ourselves. So for now, let's go ahead and start to make the ramparts that we will live upon. Or we'll wait for them to do the floor. But the idea here is to just have a wall along the edges. Drawbridge, and then some ramps so that they can walk up and, you know, fire arrows at anyone attempting to cross. There are better defenses, sure. Ooh, look at all of the leaves falling to the ground. Wow. That's beautiful. No one say anything. That's so nice. Wow. That is honestly quite cool. I can't think of any other game that does that. Build a wall on top of a floor, just kind of wasting the floor. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. But yeah, I am, to be fair, wasting the floor tiles. Let's keep looking through the fort. Okay, so let's go back to... we've done a lot right here, and this is quite amazing that we're now flooring our entire horrible-looking upstairs. We have the meeting area that we wanted. Yeah, I had a list of goals from the very beginning. Just give it a moment. We're saving again. Dude, it's like they need a Jeopardy song for whenever it saves. Or, I mean, something... Maybe, like, Tarn and Zach could sing a little ditty for us or something. That would be nice. I'll let it go. Again, I wasn't really affected by all of the crazy statuses for now. There's more in there, but I'm still kind of getting my checklist down. Petitions, though. I'm going to take a little bit of time before I allow a temple. I will allow you to come to entertain us, though. Temple and a priest, I'm going to take some time, though, because they tend to spend a lot of time in the temple. All right. Meeting area. Ooh, the leaves are falling in. Who is over there? Who is that? What the heck? Oh, jeez, I didn't see this. Yeah, she fell in. Fell in. I knew I shouldn't have built it by a cliff. She may be dead. She may be dead. At 54. Values tranquility. Okay, let's see the combat log. No, that's not the combat log. Don't mourn for her. Don't mourn for her. I knew I shouldn't have done this. All right, I think we need to just block her out, you know? Or we could leave her there as a reminder not to fight in the tavern. There is no... Yeah. She could climb up... Honestly, the well is not a bad idea. Yeah, we could do that. So, we could put grates here. I didn't really want to trap things. I thought they would have a little bit more common sense. I could do the arrow thing. Although I thought that would be weird. You know, it's only one. It's only one. She could be rescued. She could be rescued, to be fair. You know, I gotta come to a decision here. So, here's what I'm thinking. Chad, I know we're going... Some people... Oh, no. We lost a woman. How sad. However, sometimes people do things that make them not alive. And this is possibly one of them. I'm thinking that I don't want to be reactive here and, do the wrong decision about that lady. What is her name again? Erdem Deleth Catton. Stonecutter. That's her. Is that her throw up over there? No, that's her blood and vomit. All right. So we have both. Great to know. We'll definitely know it was her. So we're going to go ahead and make a hospital probably kind of nearby because, why not have it near the tavern? You get sick, you get better, you have a drink. And I think that's a good place to start. So let's go ahead and start to mine out. But, I'm not in a big rush because we're going to have a lot more dwarves. There will be a lot more people to mourn over. And I don't believe in being reactive Could I ramp her out? I might lose another one. I have to think of the other people. I don't want to cause any more damage. And I have a fun idea about how to get her out. I have a quirky idea of how to help her escape from her own horrible demise. First off, I want to make this room a little bit bigger, so let's start there. I know we've carved in faces into the walls, so let's, we just want a bigger room in which to observe what's going on with her. Let's do that. We'll start there. And then I think I'm going to just start to plan out more of this room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, you'll see what my plan is when we get to her. Okay? So, in our meeting hall, I wanted to carve out more of our meeting hall. So let's just do that while that lady is down there. And then, let's go ahead and do some regular mining. I don't know what alternative there would be. Irregular mining. And I think we'll make this into a hallway. I want to have this go out here. But I guess we're going to have some other offices along the edges. So, in fact, let me just cancel some of this. I think I know what I want this to look like. So I want to have water wells going down there. Because the hospital will need this. So we might as well finish off this function. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But hopefully not get this woman killed. And then we'll put a hospital over in this sector. Well, first off, we'll do this. I'm going to want something else here. Maybe like a temple. Who knows what it'll be. I kind of picture the temple being longer and more narrow. They might spend some time in there. But then let's also have our dwarf hospital over here. Make that a 6x6, and we'll do it like this. I like even numbers here. Let's just do this thus. We'll move this over a square. Ah, this is sitting right with me now. Good. 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 You know that meme of the bug who's going, good, good. I'm getting that right now. Okay, so pretty much what we're going to do here is we're going to try to get this lady out if we can. I'm going to build a hospital here, and I'm going to put a well nearby the hospital where we go down a few levels, and then we'll try to crawl her back up through the well without getting us all killed. I might end up needing a floodgate as well. Pun intended. But, yeah. Maybe she'll live, maybe not. I don't honestly know. Let's also just finish off our bedrooms, because we haven't given that any time. And our dwarves haven't slept in beds for months, as it happens right now. Bed here. A lot of folks haven't seen Dwarf Fortress before in chat from the raid. I'll kind of leave it to chat to explain it. It's like RimWorld combined with Microsoft Excel, except that Dwarf Fortress inspired, well, Minecraft and RimWorld. So Dwarf Fortress is kind of the OG, but yeah, like an amazing game. Kind of speaks for itself, but we're looking at a two-dimensional world through a bunch of Z levels, but I will leave it mostly at that. Anyway, we're making the bedrooms for the dwarves. We've made the offices for the dwarves. We should probably give our expedition leader an office too. So let's go ahead and over here and do this. A meeting area, which is obviously an area for meeting. And then we're going to give this to... Oh no, you have only a meager study. Well, you can have it as the expedition leader. And we should probably make more bedrooms as well. Dwarf Fortress inspired Microsoft Excel. Honestly, base comment. Yeah. We don't need to assign the bedroom because they can decide it for themselves, obviously. Here we go. Let's do another zone. We could do a multi-bedroom. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone yet again. Here we go. Another door. Oh my gosh, it's a door. I can't even believe it. When I asked for a door, I got a door. Chairs. For sitting down with my rump. I haven't heard the word rump in a long time. You always know it's a context where you can't say other words for the rump when someone says rump. The backside. We have so many different words for it in the English language. Amazing language. Here we are. Let's go B and doors, and there we go. Wow, a door. Another door. All right, winter is coming, so the brook might freeze. It would be nice to get this person out. Very, very interesting now that it's happened. So we will dig a well at this point in time, and our hospital will need a source of water anyway, so this is kind of a good thing to have. We will also need some rope for this, not to, make it sound more morbid, but no, obviously for putting the well down. we need to do no. How do I like to do these wells? I like to do a stairway first, just so that I can then channel out the square next to it for the well, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm thinking we'll kind of make this sort of track. Let's do the well right over here. So we'll do a stairway. And then we'll do a hatch right here as well. So M to T gives us a stairway, and we go down a few levels so that we can build the stairs in the stairs. There we go. The stairs are built into the stairs, and that's amazing. Then what we'll do after that is we're going to channel here to get down to the next level below, and then we will... I guess we could just channel... Could we channel many levels in a row? I suppose we could do that, right? Channel, 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 channel. Great, that's worked. Okay, so now this is going many levels down with the channeling, and there is no consequence to it. Oh no, I accidentally channeled slightly down too far. That... I don't think it's going to make a big difference. We have it one level too far down. Okay. How are we going to get her? I mean, she's there on the surface of the water, not drowning, right? She's not drowning. She can't be drowning. It's been like a month. So let's go ahead and... I don't want to expose myself, but we can also put the hatch in there so that mermen couldn't get out later on. So let's just mine our way right to her and see if somebody can go get her. Get her! We'll also just build a bed, because we have to make this into the hospital, right? Thank you, Kiri. Dig straighter. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, ultimately, I am going to want the water around, though. I suppose it's like a fordable brook. And the rushing water. If more of my dwarves get carried away, I will be quite sad, but that would be such a funny story, right? Let's put in some beds for what will soon be our hospital. I'm going to have to change this. And let's just do Z. Z for zone, which this should be I believe, a meeting area, and a hospital is a subcategory of that. I will accept that. And then we will change this to a hospital, because a hospital is, of course, a meeting area. Oh no! Someone has been stricken by melancholy. I should be... Was that the lady who fell in? No, that was a different one. Okay, now I am confusion. Oh no, this is the description of the thing. He is depressed. I haven't really gotten to assessing my dwarves' depressment yet. I should probably get them a dining room right now. I'm way late on these things. But I'm probably going to put that on the opposite side so that they aren't so outstandingly, astronomically dumb. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the dining room. That's pretty much just as urgent as this now. Let's do that here, and let's make that, I don't know, about as big as the tavern, I suppose. The tavern should be large, but... Yeah, dining is important to dwarves, right? They're like very into their cuisine. Okay, so this won't cause the... Oh my gosh! Wow! They could have just done that the whole time. I didn't know that. Okay, we've just exposed ourselves in a horrible way. It's fine. We can just build another wall there or something. Eventually, I will want this well anyway, so let's go ahead and just mine along here. And then we'll probably end up putting in a floodgate there. A little mistake here and there is going to kill us, but yeah, I would like to build a wall there. Well, well, well. Look at how this has turned out. Okay, we should probably assign a doctor, too, because people can't just... I mean, apparently they can just be in a bed, and that's fine. You look good. Ability to stand and grasp lost. So that's only 2 things. I cannot grasp. Firmly grasp it. It always comes back. SpongeBob. Let's do our nobleman again, and of course it is very noble to be the chief medical dwarf, and no one is good at it. So let's just have anyone but the person who fell down the well, because you certainly aren't qualified for it. I think a fisher dwarf seems qualified for that. Although the weaver we might not have much use for a while. Basically we want someone... Jeweler is even more... kind of extraneous. Oh, did someone die? Yep. Who was the manager? You know what's bad is that I don't even remember. I don't even remember who it was. You could do it. We don't need an... no, we do need an animal caretaker. We need most of these things. Ooh. Maybe weaving. Ignore all of that. Ignore all of that. It's fine. It's fine. You still have an office. Yeah, that's nobody right now. All right, Udib, you're the new manager. Okay, Nish, you get out of here. Where's Udib? Udib, that's your bedroom. Oh, yeah, I had the wrong auto manual assignments on these. Okay, so whose room is this? This is Dacost? I guess they didn't automatically assign. Okay, so but now here we should be able to make this room into a room. Oh no, the double clicking on that doesn't seem to work. That's unfortunate. Because clearly there's more bedroom than that, just that one square to go around. Okay, now we're going to do this as multi because that's annoying. Oh my gosh, wow, that was so satisfying. Let's just see who takes them. And we could multi-zone these bedrooms as well. Multi, here we go. Oh wow, oh wow. It's like a zone in my zone in my zone. There we go. At least people are sleeping now. Yeah, we're gonna need a doctor too to do the surgery. Everyone always needs bizarre surgery. A carpenter would work for amputations. Well, you know, we're not there yet, but we'll be getting there soon enough. The other thing I'm just gonna do really quick here is put in a hatch, and as well as a well. Let's do B. Constructions. I believe it's under constructions. Is it? We could have done floor grid. Oh, we could have done vertical bars. Blocks creatures, but allow the passage of fluids and items can be built on any floor. Bars. Do bars take up an entire square? So I don't truly know if... Could we put bars along here? Would this save us that trouble of people throwing themselves into the ground? Yeah, we need the diagnoser. Thank you. Yeah, we do need to designate that. So let's go ahead and just go back over to our nobleman menu. This is quite a long one to get into. Repaint the zone. Assign under new details. Yeah, this is the way to access. This is really... It's weird that there's so much hidden behind this one magnifying glass, but yeah. Okay, so we basically need the diagnostician and I believe the doctor. And then the surgeon, hopefully we won't need one of those for a little while. Let's say that... What do? I think we can assign this to the chief medical dwarf as well. You will also be the diagnoser. Pretty sure I'm good on that. Let's have another doctor, though, who will just be somebody. You're a woodcutter. That's... Oh, no, animal caretaker. Well, we don't always need the woodcutter, so we'll have you do it. When you're not cutting wood, you're curing disease. And then we'll start to get all the things that we need, because we do need crutches and splints and other items like that just to help people stand and stuff. So what is wrong with you? No evaluator. Yeah, so we do need diagnosis on these wounds. Lower leg is mangled beyond recognition. Oh, God. This reminds me of if we just had that bit of text that was repeated over and over again, like, he is covered in blood, he is covered in blood, he is covered in blood, he is covered... This did happen before. Oh, got a dog in the bed, too. That's nice. And that guy's coming over with a pickaxe. Yep, that looks right. Okay, we're going to make a new zone just because we don't want as many people to die. Dining hall. Surprisingly, I am actually quite optimistic. Oh, we need tables, so let's do B. Okay, so we got one chair per table, I think. So we've got to just give them all their own individual thrones. Am I wrong about that? I was told that they pretty much need one chair per table, which to me seems crazy. But we're basically creating it looks like a classroom, almost, the dining hall, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, I would do it in sort of a cafeteria style, because I'm all for eating together. Everything's better together. But, you know, I think that has to be done this way. Yep, that's crazy to me. I mean, we'll do, like, you sit there, you sit there, you sit, and so on and so forth. But it looks, to me, that looks funny. I would like to do it the other way. Though it took me a little while to figure that out. They fight over who has to use the table. They don't want anyone stealing their food. Yeah, we still have yet to get into some of the social dynamics of their relationships. I'm going to go ahead and make a crutch here, too, because that seems necessary. This person may need crutches. Adamantine crutch, Jesus. Wooden crutch, there we go. We'll just make 10 out of... we don't really need 10. Unless if everybody falls down the well at once. We might as well just make it. We have plenty of materials. I think that's good. And let's also do a splint. Again, I think wood is fine here. We can just do splints less than 10, do another regular conditional. Fortunately, work order is fine for us now. It just becomes a tenuous and long list after a while. Yeah, let's go back up to the surface. Okay, so far they have not finished everything on all the floors. We are probably going to need... Will we need more stones, or have they just not had time to do this? Oh, lovely. They do have blocks, so that's great. Classroom setups make conversation between... table to the left of right of them. Oh, so they need to be to the left and right of each other in order to do this. Oh, so I see. We've actually isolated them all horribly. Well, we'll just build more so that they're all next to each other. So what you're telling me is that basically they need a table here, and then he needs to be sitting next to another guy. This is news to me. So let's take stock of all of the things that we've done so far in this playthrough. We've managed to get our meeting area set up. That was, I mean, this is kind of the whole architecture of this, is to get the dining room next to this, and I want it to be a very lush, royal place, except that somebody fell in, so we've had that in a very classic Dwarf Fortress fashion. It has occurred. Although apparently they can't chat with each other if I don't put the tables all next to each other, literally like this, so I'm going to do it in this fashion from now on, so that they will start to speak with one another. We've got the hospital. Are you somewhat able to move slightly? What are your wounds? Nobody cares. All right, whatever. We do have a diagnostician now. I guess it's taking them some time because they have better things to do. Although I could change that work to being exclusive, I suppose. Let's go ahead and just jump in there and do that right now for a moment. Z will go to this zone. Let's go ahead and take a look at who it is. I'm going to go ahead and make you specialized. Yeah, let's make you guys specialized just at least for a few moments, because I want you to focus on taking care of her. And let's see if they come along good. And are you diagnosing? It looks like we're diagnosing. Are we diagnosing? Do we know what's wrong? We know what's wrong. Okay, great. So we know that everything is destroyed on you and it needs setting and cleaning. And just, we need to do everything to it. So let's go ahead and spend some time on our hospital. Yeah, we might as well. B. Is it under constructions? Well. Machines and fluids. Well, here we go. There it is. Okay, so we'll put a well there, and they should get a rope and a bucket. And have we even designated buckets? Let's get some wooden buckets here. I don't believe we've made any of those yet. Let's go ahead. We'll make some... Fortunately, these can be made of wood. There we go. And do we have that all the time? No, let's just say as long as we have less than 10 empty buckets. How is she alive? She's built different. Wooden bucket, and let's have some ropes. She's definitely built different. She's chains. I think this is just generally a more all-encompassing buzzword for chains. We're going to get some water. We're going to get it to you. But what other things do we need in the hospital, just because this is kind of urgent? Powder for cast, splints, desires here, chests in common area, so we should have chests in here. Let's build some chests as well. We'll do that under another work order. We'll call it a chest. This is good. We're starting to cover more of the items that we needed as prerequisites to things. Good, so we've got chests, bags, all the stuff that we wanted from before. What else is there to say? I'm going to pause for a moment now. So our meeting area, we got that. We got our farms, we got stockpiles, we have plenty of food and drinks. That was the... Honestly, this was the main conflict of this playthrough. We got the moat. The moat is finished at the top. I will be building a wall as soon as they finish this horrendous flooring. And it's performance art, don't worry about it. Workshops, which I think we made a little bit more efficient by just putting stockpiles around everything, and eventually we'll make this not a stockpile anymore, but more workshops in here, and then stockpiles further out. Military. We spent no time on our military, though. That is a regret of mine. I suppose I'm just going to fill in the blank with hospital right here. There is a bird inside of our house. That's Tired Bird. This is why we need a military. At least we've assessed her. Okay, so I am tired of Kias bothering me. So, let's go ahead back to... not this floor, not this floor. I was thinking that we would have our military practicing somewhere near the top. But I'm not really sure this is a good idea anymore, the way that I like to do things. I kind of borrow my archery range construction from Das Tactics video, just because I think it's a really neat one. So I think I'm just going to do that construction again, because I really liked that. But we're going to need some space among our Z levels for that. I have an idea. This would be somewhat scenic as well. Beneath the moat, beneath the second level where there's the sand, beneath the farms, beneath the storage, we may need yet another level for storage. So this is elevation 37, so let's see. 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. Okay, so I think here, 1, 2 levels up. Let's go to this level, and this is going to be on elevation 32. This will be where we have our barracks. Let's go ahead and mine out here. And we'll go this away. Barracks and archery range. We may need more space for this, however, in the future. Okay, so then let's make this a little bit larger than I had expected. And we'll do those kind of triangle-y subsections on this side. Sorry, I'm thinking like an architect right now. I feel very smart. There we are. I think we'll stick with this radial outward pattern for most of our base. It seems to make sense to me. Barracks near the entrance makes the most sense. Yeah, I'm thinking that, but also I'm like... I've kind of screwed myself by putting my stockpiles here, and it'll take maybe 2 seconds to get to the entrance, so... Yeah, like I probably should have done it in a different way, but it's true. I would have liked it near our watchtower. We might garrison them somewhere else, though. I'm thinking, though, that for... Or we could use this for stockpiles of resources. Yeah, it's just too late now, I feel like. That's alright, we'll put it a few levels down. Or we could have it cool up at the top. Oh, I kind of got to come to a decision on this, though. Without going to... Well, at least this place will be temporary. Later on, I might start to build out more of a proper barracks and make this into a big building with a tower above it. But let's just stay simple for right now, and we'll do this. I'm thinking that we want... How about this? If we do like that. And we'll make this... Let's make it 6 across. I wonder how much space they need to stand away from the target, to be completely fair. Well, we'll make this an experimentation chamber. Let's do that. And then we'll build this here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we build 2 more over. Let's give them a little bit of space to build that. And I'm thinking, yeah, we'll build something or other over there. But then this is going to be our kind of archery range, and this goes over with the kind of long boy way that we're going over here. Okay, good. Good. So what I'm thinking is we'll put the targets over on this side, and then we'll channel down into the lower level right here. That way they can go down into the tunnel and pick up the arrows, as we did with the last one. I just really enjoy that mechanic, and I think it's very neat. A good way to do it. Minimum of 5 or 6 tiles to the target. Oh, so we don't really need quite this much at all. We might be able to fit in even 2 of these things in here. Can I teach you how to tame dragons? I sincerely don't know how to tame the crazy animals yet, although it is quite a cool thing to be able to unleash an animal on someone. I also like the idea very much of a lava moat. Somebody died. Oh no, more people are dying at the bottom of this thing. Guys, I think we do need to cover this up with bars. I probably should have figured this out before, but it's unfortunate that we lost the furnace operator because that was our manager, of course. Yeah, people dying. People dying. I guess the mist was too beautiful and it had taken him away. Okay, let's just cross this bridge right now because we are at this while we wait for them to do this. I'm thinking that we could either do a grate here or those metal bars, but I'm trying to decide what would be the most scenic because I don't want to ruin it for them. He's in a better place now, but I'm thinking... I don't really want to lose any more like that. Is it vertical bars? Yeah, the mist giveth and the mist taketh. We could do a fortification to let the water through, and I believe that would still work. Yeah, it's like they're drinking and then they complain, but it's also like it's kind of your fault. Minimum 3 tiles. They just can't sit. Okay, thank you. That was for that part. Blocks creatures. It allows the passage of fluids and items can be built on any floor. Bars, unlike grates, do not have any quality, and so do not enhance the value of rooms significantly. Bars can be connected to levers. Yeah, I know the duck fell down too. Everyone just has kind of a death wish being there. Like, oh, I really enjoyed it though. It was worthwhile. Does this take up an entire section of it? I legitimately don't know. I would like to place walls right along this line right here, but since you need to take up an entire square, I think I could put stairs down. Yeah, you could just climb back up. Now I'm beginning to regret making this a balcony. I didn't want people to just run in like, Mermaidia come in. I could put grates that would catch the fish. Let's do that. We'll start with that. It'll look kind of weird, but hopefully none of these idiots will fall down. So if we just do constructions, floor grate, and then maybe someone will die there. Oh yeah, we need to make a grate for the grate, of course. I forgot about that. Because if we make a grate, we would need to make this out of... Well, we could make it out of wood for right now. I suppose that since we have a lot of wood, we'll just keep using that. And then eventually change it. Yes. Good. Make the grates out of wood. Yeah, either bars or a grate. Well, does the grate allow the passage of grates? What is truly the difference between bars and a grate? Blocks creatures that allows the passage of fluids and items. I guess this is more for, like, caging an animal. And this is more for fluids. Or maybe it's both. Or one has quality. Oh, grates have quality too, so we could enhance the room. Very exciting, very exciting. Oh, that's good enough, good enough. Okay, are they taking care of you? You are faint. Oh no, this is not good. Smashed open, all of the bones. Needs mobilization. We should probably get her isn't it a table? Don't we need a traction thing too? Probably not very good. She'll probably be on to a better place soon enough. We also need a hatch. Yeah, a lot of it just becomes kind of a checklist at this point. Wooden hatch cover if we do that. Yeah, we'll always want those, because who knows what other construction projects we'll embark on in the exciting future. The grate, the wooden chest, the rope. You're fine, you're fine. Chest in there. Yes, thank you very much for the chest. Forgot about the chest from before. Chest. Constructions. Is it under construct? No, it can't be under that. It's under furniture, I'm pretty sure. Where did I put it? Cabinet, chest. Thank you. There we go. Chest. Oh, I thought we made the chest from before, though. How now? How now? Did we make it? I'm just going to take a look at all of the work priorities and make sure everything's actually happening. All right, we've run into a few snags, a few snafus, but, a deadly waterfall is truly, as Felix Aaron and Y pointed out, a kind of a more interesting waterfall than just a waterfall that was non-lethal. So I don't know. I don't regret any of the deaths. They were worth it. That they will make it better for the rest of the dwarves to come, because someone had to go, and at least their sacrifice will be remembered in the river. Which is reminding me that we need wheelbarrows. Let me just go ahead and designate a couple of these barrow. Yeah, that would be good. All right, I do have a few more things. I think we've pretty much accomplished the major objectives that I wanted to in this video. I'm glad that we hit a few snags, because it shows that I still have some areas where I'm noobish and I need to kind of brush up on things. But, we got our food and drink designations. The one thing we're kind of missing here still is this arrow spot. So let's do military or archery range. Thank you. We need, 5 or 6 targets, or 5 or 6 bases, or is it only 3? 4. Well, we'll just give them a good amount of room here. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll probably extend that, but let's get a channel down there just to finish setting up this archery range. And then on the floor below, that will appear. But we can get a tunnel down there. Yeah, that'll be good. And then maybe we'll put an entrance in, like, right here. So we could channel, let's do a T, a staircase, downward. And then we will dig. So M, and make kind of a strip here. More or less lines up. Good, that gives us a tunnel space. And they're channeling from above. Good, M, U. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. If I've already dug beneath it, does it not let me channel? I did not mean to do that. Oh, wait a minute. No, they have already channeled and as well as that. Okay, that is good to know. Then I should dig. M. I'm doing something wrong. I'm missing that because I don't want them to come down here. This is just open space to the floor below, and then this is a downward slope. Oh, what we need to do is this. M. Is it X? Yep, there it is. There we go. Okay, so then they're going to get rid of the slope. That way we just have an open space to the cavern below, which is what I wanted. So basically now no one will go over here. I may need to bridge this somehow, or we'll just put in another entrance. Let's just mine out these sections. So this is the basic idea of our archery range. I'm just going to do a Z, a zone. And we will make this our archery range over here. Eventually this is going to be a little bit larger, but we pretty much want them shooting there. Good, they will shoot to the left. And let's get one squad made. Oh, we do need the militia commander. Thank you very much. We will go over to nobles for that. Let's make our militia commander. There will be many dwarves to come in the future. Let's have our woodcrafter be our militia commander for now. Rovod something or other. And then we will do... Let's go back down. And did I make this F6? Yeah, that's F6 for our archery range. Now we will do here. Oh, no, we will make a squad. Sure, leather armor is fine. The Dunes of Coal. Are these archers? No, I think we need to... Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and disband this squad and create a new squad. We will make this archers. There we go. Thank you. And... go ahead and let's schedule you guys first. We'll do staggered training. I do like the staggered training. We could be a little bit more neat with it, but we'll just take the default one. Next thing we'll have to do is bolts. Bolts. We'll do wooden bolts. And as well as... we'll just train our archers for right now. Crossbows. Here we go. Wooden crossbows for now. And then let's do... Yeah, we'll do the 10-bit. And then we'll do the 10-bit again. All right, but that's pretty much most of the stuff on my checklist, more or less. So they'll start to train. It'll take them some time, and there's also only one guy in that squad. I'm just going to keep this... I kind of want to just touch every base in this video. Where can I add more people to the squad? Hang on a second. You can go select a squad. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, the dwarf portrait. There we go. You are our doctor. We wanted to make you not exclusive anymore because we do want you doing stuff again. Chief medical dwarf is... Okay, yeah, whatever. You can do that. In fact, I'll make you not exclusive again, too. Let's make the stonecutter also a member of the squad, and the metalsmith for now. Whoops, not what I meant to do. There we go, and we're saving. But pretty much the last things that I want to do before we're finished here is tombs, wall, we did the archery, and just get grates over there so that hopefully not as many people die from falling down a waterfall. I know it doesn't make it as crazy a waterfall anymore, but, you know, we don't want it happening all the time. For good reason. For good reason. You are our miner. I don't want the farmer. We'll do the animal caretaker there. Maybe against my better judgment later on, but we'll see. Oh, you died. Oh, no. That is unfortunate. Well, that's what you get for falling down a well. At least now we have the humans in there. Speaking of which, let's get our tombs ready. Okay, so tombs. We probably want another level for the tombs. And let's put them at the bottom of the well, because why not start there? Maybe even a level down. And we'll just dig downward. And I think we're going to need a place to honor the dead, because this certainly went really well the last time. MT, and here we go. We'll put it below the bottom of the river so that we never have to see him again. I would like to be buried deep beneath the surface of the earth. Well, I hope that they burn me when I'm dead. Arrow catch channels can work. Yes, we may need the wall. Thank you very much for saying that. Yeah, the arrows may go further. We will need to build that as well. Thank you. So if we do this... Good thing that you said that before we did another one. There we go. Now we have walls. So now the arrows will bounce innocuously off of the wall and into the channel. And that is very nice of the arrows to do that. Good. Oh no, please stop being in a bad mood. That's usually what happens before you die. I lost my temple petition. That might not have been good. I thought it would just stay there, but apparently petitions leave. You know how sometimes when you think you know a game better, you start to make more drastic and splendid mistakes? I think we are getting to that, so this should be exciting. But we might get invaded by zombies, too, which did happen to one of my forts back in Legacy, and that was, well, interesting, to say the least. And so we're going to go down here, and let's call this the Tombland. Tombland, good old Tombland. We'll carve some area around it, just so they have some space. But I'm thinking if we go 1, 2, 3 or so. Yeah, I'm liking this hallway configuration a little bit better. I don't want to... 1, 2, 3... 6 by 6, 8 by 8, 10 by 10, 12 by 12. Let's go for another 12 by 12 structure again. So this will be kind of like the bounds of that. This is one corner of one block. This is one corner of another one. If we do that, we should have enough room again like we did on the bedroom layer to make 3 by 3 rooms. In fact, I think I can just basically cut and paste that same configuration over. Your bedroom is like your tomb. And that was kind of morbid. But yeah, I mean, it is, though. It is. You know, like, I don't remember anything before I was born, so it was kind of like, I'm guessing, being dead. How's that for a good way to bring up your mood after all of our dwarves just passed away? They didn't die, they just passed away. You know, Carlin style. Alright, here we go. Let's get some doors here. Put the dead people in there. Now we get to go to the exciting task of making coffins. I mean, this isn't the thing I want to be most efficient on, but hey, more people are coming in at all times, right? So, we'll just replace them. We'll just replace them. Make the left room a normal bed. Yeah. Well, we could make more archery ranges, too, and put in yet more tunnels, so we have all these rat tunnels in the archery range. Rock coffins, if we have less than 10, that seems pretty good. Balin's tomb. I guess we should set this to another area, too. We might run out of areas. How many of these things can you make? I guess for as many... Oh, no, you can use the shift keys as well. Who would have expected that? Okay, so let's say F7. Okay, so let's go back up to the wall. Now that the horrible wall, or that the horrible flooring is almost done, we can go for B and N to make more walls. I'm surprised that it doesn't default to one material when you do this. Oh, I've just told it to use closest material. That is why that happened to me. Okay, so then let's do this and see what we have a lot of. Do we have a lot of something? We do have claystone. I do now regret that, but it is interesting to see what it does. Oh, let's just do all. Oh my gosh, was that all button just added? And in fact, I mean, I was kind of wasting material by putting floor under here, so let's just do this anyway. Do claystone for all. Oh, that is a very nice button to have added, because I don't believe that that was there before. Claystone blocks. Well, I swear, that wasn't there, was it? I'm pretty sure that wasn't there. Well, nonetheless, I digress. Continuing with the wall. No, it's new? Oh my gosh. Wow, an exciting update. How amazing is that? Claystone. I might as well just have them all match. You know. There we go. It's been there since Wait, really? It was added second. Yeah, I don't remember that exact button. I mean, maybe it was in Legacy. Either that or I just didn't see it before. Oh no, I've done part of it in Claystone and part of it in Claystone blocks. Oh, whatever. I don't think it's going to make a major difference to us right now. It does kind of reorder itself, but not really for any particular reason, it seems. Let's see what the quality difference is, though. The fortress. It is coming along. Now, I do sort of regret doing it over a natural brook, because it does seem that they can kind of just, like, walk over the brook. I might need to make this more engineered, but don't I get bonus points for trying to blend nature with the environment? And they can bathe in it. Well, we don't really want them bathing in the moat. Can you imagine a castle that you invade, and there's just a bunch of people in swimsuits going around it? Probably not very intimidating. Sorted by distance, thank you. Underdwellers, thank you for the 50 bits. B. I wonder how high up I should make these walls. And they don't appear very wall-like from here either. And we should also probably get a tower going in this part. The main idea here is this. We get a tower here, so we guard up, so we block those stairs so that no rainwater gets in and stuff like that. Is this... Or just, I don't know, it feels very exposed there. And now we have this gate entrance, and then we can get archers posted all along the walls. Although it does appear that I screwed myself over by putting this in a corner. Let's give them some time to finish this off and see if they're able to do that. These are the types of little things that I'm talking about when you first start a game, where it's like, oh, can they walk over it? Can they build through a corner like this? There's little things that you don't know that you just need to figure out. How much micromanagement do I have to do? Because Dwarf Fortress is always one of those ones where it's kind of iffy. You can channel the moat and it removes reversibility. Perhaps I will do that. Perhaps. In the meantime, let's get our grate ready, because we've still got construction's floor grate. Please put it down there. So I feel like I've kind of hit my saturation point streaming, and I think we're going to put a bookmark in there for right now. You know, we got everything set up just about the way I wanted it to. I think we accomplished what took us 2 or 3 videos to accomplish in the last series, so I am proud of that. I know accomplished just sort of means everything looks random and haphazard, but it's much less haphazard than it was in our first series, and you kind of got to keep iterating to make more forts that are slightly less bad than the one before it over and over again. In particular, I'm most amazed by the fact that we've got the waterfall right away. But then again, you know, every new wrinkle is kind of paved by pain. So somebody died, and that was interesting. A lot of them died. I mean, it was mostly just bad, but hey, we learned. Now we've got a moat, we've got a wall going up. I'm going to give them a little bit of time to work, though, on stuff. We've got a meeting area. We've got, what is this? We've got the upper deck where we'll get our tower in later. We've got our farms, which are honestly quite quickly automated. This was surprisingly easy to just get everything perfect. I think we have to adjust some of our work orders, though, because it is a bit of an overwhelming amount of work. We've got our stockpile zone, which is going to need a bit of a cleaning up, but it is so far looking pretty good, at least. I mean, we get the stuff we need pretty fast. We've got our bedrooms. We've got our archery range, which we'll put a little bit more use to, and maybe we'll do a barracks behind that. We've got our tombs, which we still need to bury the people. But I feel as though a lot of this stuff is now just kind of filler, so I'm probably going to do a little bit of work off camera on this fort, and then we'll come back with some new plans the next time. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit if you're a total beginner, and yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to be doing more, like, I honestly have boyish excitement to do more Dwarf Fortress and just keep learning about the game, so we will continue this probably into the new year, but yeah, so long for now.